Uh-huh. Well, that doesn't quite look right, though, because that needs to be chroma keyed, doesn't it? Yes, it does. That looks not much better. What can you do, though? You can't see me. You're watching ads.
Welcome to Video Game
Is that me? Yes, thank you for playing advertisements in my own ear. I'm the one streaming. Why do you need to do that? I don't understand why the channel thinks that it needs to do that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Still, nobody can see me. And since nobody can see me... and you had to watch a commercial about Video Game High School or whatever that ridiculousness is. Who even knows? What's up, Antares? Dude, how's it going? It's Capital K. Capital K will get it done. Capital K will get it done. Is that going to work? Is that going to scroll off eventually? I kind of guessed at the size. Here is a long message to scroll the chat. Quick brown fox kappa. That did nothing. It looks like I guessed at the size correctly. We'll know when we get to the bottom. Ooh, that looks like it works. I don't even care. You see the green over there? There's like green on my glasses. I don't even care about that. I don't care about that. I am just letting the stream get spooled up. I don't even know. I'm gonna stream something. We're about to do something. That's actually not that long of a message there. So we shall see. Is that live? Yes. Is this live over here? Is it on my... oh my gosh, seriously? No. No. I don't even care. Yes, you're so hilarious. You're so hilarious, advertisement. Hang on a second. I'm waiting for the ad to finish. Why get a glass dirty? I'm the only one who drinks this. Around here. Nobody else is allowed. Dude, what's up, Fukuda? How's it going? Why is that so choppy? Oh, my Dr. Pepper bottle is like green screened. Ow. That looks like it hurts, too. I don't even know what that is. How does that even happen? I don't even know how that happens. All right, Antares, no worries, no worries. I'm just hanging out for now. Let's just pause that. We don't need that. Where's that Clicker Heroes game? Let's go ahead and get that out of the way, too. We don't need to be doing Clicker Heroes right now, I don't think. Wait, do I have enough for 25 levels? No! But Mazu, you're double gilded! Seriously! What's up, Special Forces? How's it going, man? How is it going? Hosted, okay, we don't need that. Mater came in. Dude, Mater, what's going on? In Europe, favorite stream start. Nice, dude. It's 23, so it's almost midnight. It's 11:36 your time. You're an hour past GMT, Johns. Good deal. Favorite stream start. I don't even know what I'm going to stream. I'm going to do Space Stations later on regular Kerbal Space Station Academy. Kerbal Space Station Academy. Kerbal Space Academy, I'm going to do Space Stations. And I'm either going to do interplanetary space stations or I'm going to do cosmetic versus functional stations. I'm not sure which ones I want to talk about. I figured I would just go live, see who shows up, and see what y'all want me to stream. That's why it said viewer's choice in the tweet. I don't even know what I set the title of the channel is. Gosh, I'm so terrible. One of these days, I'll have a secretary or something. What is the channel title? Targeted landings again. Nope, that's not even what we want. Jeez. And it just tweeted that out to everybody. Kerbal Space Academy early stream. Viewer choice. Kerbal Space Academy early stream viewer choice. I need a checklist on my wall. I'm going to make a checklist. I'm going to put it up there on the wall so that before I go live, it's like DOS. Change the channel title. Idiot. DOS. Make sure the window's open. Idiot. DOS. Oh, Kerbal Space Program's not even open, which is a little bit ridiculous. But what can you do? I'm actually going to install a mod right quick. Dude, Dakota Jonaires, what's going on? How is it going? I'm getting spooled up for the stream here. I'm actually installing one last mod right before I get going here. Let me know. Orbit through a moon arch. Dude, Mater, I don't know if you saw that last night. That's exactly what I did last night. Without the flag, I actually orbited through the moon arch. Well, I flew to the moon arch, then I flew through it, and then I did a loop-de-loop, and I landed on top of it. That's how we did it last night. Space stations. People want me to do space stations, so it's going to be like European space stations. I'll have to do European space stations. I'll have to talk in an accent or something like that, like you do in Europe. Right? I'll do space stations. We'll figure out something interesting to do with space stations. Space stations, space stations. Dude, Steve O'Matt, how's it going? Mater was in class. No! No, yesterday I was doing targeted landing, so we targeted the easiest moon arch, right? The one that's right there at the top of the northwest crater. Northwest crater, whatever crater that is, right there on the equator, the easiest one to get to. And I did a targeted landing where I came in like 50 meters off the deck going 500 meters per second, and I slammed on the brakes. I didn't quite do it. Didn't quite do it fast enough, but I overshot a little bit, then I flew back through it, flew through it, did a curly loop. Space stations with a German accent. I don't think the Germans are allowed to put space stations up yet. Isn't it like 50 or too soon? Too soon? I don't know. We're going to find out. Dude, Casper, what's going on? How's it going? Thanks you for dropping by. Thank you for dropping by. What's Casper? What time is it where you are? Dude, Mater, thank you for the host, by the way. Thank you for the host, Mater. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. All the hosts come in, and I always appreciate hosts. How are we doing over here? Stream's getting spooled up. We're going to talk about space stations. I'm going to change the stream title here. We're going to talk about space stations. Let me go over here. And I'm going to do something with space stations. We're going to talk about some specific 2340. All right. So you're the same time zone as John, who just responded up the stream there. It's not that. No. There we go. Gav, what's going on, Gav? I'm doing an early stream again. I'm starting a little bit earlier. We're going to see if we can catch some of the European audience. I really need to get on earlier. I may be actually coming up in the next week or two, couple weeks actually, be able to do like a 2 p.m. European stream, 2 p.m. my time European stream. So a GMT plus 5, it'd be like 7 p.m. GMT so that more of Europe can catch it. Because last time I got totally like chewed out by the European stream for being like, oh, well, we're not GMT. We're actually GMT plus 3 or 4. GMT is just England, which is all the way on one side, UK, I guess. Kerbal Space Academy, early stream. We're going to do space stations. Space stations, save. Well, let me go fix the topic in Twitter, the tweetings and stuff like that. And then I'm going to install a mod. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this thing spotted up. You know how I do it, right? I just get here on the full screen cam. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And I talk some, and then people like come in so that I don't get started before all the people get here. That's what I'm doing here. But we are going to talk about space stations. I'm going to talk about some specific topics regarding space stations here for the early stream, Kerbal Space Academy. I think we're going to talk about space stations for life. Nice, Kuju. A mod. Ah! It's all good. Dakota, dude. It's all good. I'm American too, but I wanted to get spooled up a little bit. I finished my science class. My science class was early today. I was doing electricity. It's called current events, right? And I did my science class with my kinder through 4th graders in that class. And we were doing electricity, and the kids were like, oh my gosh, electricity, how does it work? And I was like, it flows downhill, but not really, right? It goes from places where there's lots of electricity to not enough electricity. And then it goes on places where it's easy, like metal, but not through places where it's hard, like air, because when you're walking down the hall and there's like outlets on the wall, they don't jump out and shock you, right? Because there's no metal or water or something that's easy for electrons to go through. Anyways, that's what I was doing earlier. I finished a little bit earlier. And so I came over to do an earlier stream. Dude, Dark Husky, man. Oh, I checked earlier, and I saw you were streaming, and I had like 30 minutes, like maybe 45 minutes before I had to go teach my science class to the kids. And I was like, oh my gosh, should I jump in? But I would have been late for science if I came and played with you. So I did not. I saw you on there. I was like, I told Dark Husky I was going to come. I'm still going to do that. When I get the time. The streamer's work is never done. There's space stations. Let me fix it for Twitter too, because I'm such a Twitter noob. I tweeted out the wrong freaking channel title. So let us do tweet. It's going to be Kerbal Space Academy early stream space stations. Kerbal Space Academy early stream space stations. Tweet correctione. Das es noob. HTTP, blah, 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 twitch.tv/ who am I again? Das Valdez, hashtag KSP, whatever. I should totally, like, copy Kerbal Space P on there. Early stream, space stations, tweet correction, das es noob. Yes, I should just make a emote or something. Let's tweet that out. Now people know we're doing space stations. That's good. That's good to go. This is good to go. I'm apparently getting retweeted. Whatever. That's all good. I appreciate that, DK. DK's awesome. Who knows what he's doing? But DK is totally awesome. We're up to 30 viewers. Let's get going with this. Upper body. Wait. Das plays with... Yeah, no. I mean, seriously. I told him I would come by. I sat down earlier. I got on the computer, and I was like, wait a dang second. I told him I would come by, but I'm going to be late to science class if I start doing this right now. Earthworm Slim, dude, I missed you too. Welcome back, by the way. I hope your sun... It's your own damn fault for getting sunburned. Don't get me wrong. I've been sunburned because I've been out hiking as well, but it's your own fault. You know it. You know that you shouldn't get sunburned like that, and it's so bad. It's so bad. It's not romantic. Shut up, Fukuda. You shut up. You shut your mouth. Hang on, I got a drink. I totally got a drink here. Rabbit of Dogs. First, we're going to drink some delicious Dr. Pepper. Straight out of the bottle. Hey, Casper, check it out, dude. Phantom Dragon, yes, I am uploading this stuff to YouTube. I am uploading it to YouTube. I can actually get you a link to the YouTube channel here. Or actually, could we just do this? Could we just do info? Nightbot no estás usted. Let's see here. Well, Nightbot's not here. Let's fix that right quick. Guys, again, I start the stream up. I let people come in. I let them get situated. We're about to get started. Let me go fix Nightbot. Because I don't like, so many people will come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm here late. I missed the beginning of it. So I like to give people a little bit of time to get into the stream before I actually start talking about the topic, which will be space stations. Today, there is a joint. Nightbot, get in my channel, please. Talk to me, Nightbot. The Dr. Pepper's definitely, there's Nightbot. All right. Now, Nightbot, give me an info. Da-da-da. Oh, seriously? Come on, Nightbot, wake up. There we go. On Twitter, twitter.com. YouTube. Yeah, there's YouTube. Okay, there's YouTube. Awesome. So YouTube is all set. Is that link even, like, legitimate? This hurts, by the way. I'm not going to lie. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if I got bit by a freaking spider or something, but maybe I shouldn't be in full screen mode. I don't know, actually. All right. There's the title. There's the YouTube link. It's right there. If you click on the little bit.ly link there, that'll take you to the YouTube. That was for Phantom Dragon X, who asked me. Who else came in? Yeah, what's going on, yeah? What's going on? Going to the toilet? Well, I do that too, Casper. I totally do that too. I'm like, wait, hang on, I have to flush. You know it's true. You know it's true. It helps me connect with my audience. They drink delicious beverages. I drink delicious beverages. They eat pizza. I eat pizza. Like, I don't know, man. It's kind of what we do. It's kind of what we do. I like to connect with my audience by eating and drinking on stream. All right, Clicker Heroes, you can go away. They don't need you anymore. Ooh, Pet Dragon. Excellent. That dude is double gilded, too. Let us begin. I need to install them all. The mod. What's up, Mad Monster Gaming? It really does, doesn't it? Oh, gosh, I need like a turtleneck or something. I'll chroma key it out. I'll see if I can chroma key it out. We'll see if that works. All right, that's good to go. There's this notification going. All right, that's good to go. Let's get this notification going. Here are my on-screen keys. I did say pizza. I'm not eating pizza tonight. I actually ate lunch today. I don't eat lunch. In-N-Out Burger. Dude, In-N-Out Burger. It's actually not bad. It's not as good as a couple other burger joints. I don't know what people are saying about it, but people seem to like In-N-Out Burger, and I don't think that it's as good as some other burger joints. But, you know, whenever you go over there. Dude, wait. Earthworm, was it the first time you got a Dr. Pepper? Speaking of Casper, dude. Casper, it's not you. I know, I'm still waiting for the freaking affiliate link. I'm still waiting for the affiliate link. Actually, you can do the demo too, Casper. If you don't have it, guys, you can try the demo. There's a free demo of Kerbal Space Program. You can totally download it. You can play it. One of these days, I'm going to do a stream. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. One of these days, I'm going to do a stream where I actually play the demo instead, right? And that should be kind of cool. KSP's not even open, but that's me on a black screen. What I'm going to do is go to... Is all my porn hidden? Yes! Just kidding. What I'm going to do is go to full screen mode here. Isn't that freaking awesome? Get the Kerbal Space Program demo. Yeah, dude, Casper, that would be awesome. That would totally be awesome. I applied like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago now. And I don't know what's going on with it. But if you could just ask, man. That would be totally awesome if you could look into that for me. Because I do spam the links a lot, and I would like, you know, it's not even really the affiliate part of it. It's being able to track how many people we can get to buy Kerbal Space Program by having the Space Academy streams, right? Anyways, me forever. I'm going to install a mod right quick. Here's this. I already put the ship in there. Let me go to KSP Win25. Let me go to mods, game data. There we go. And I'm actually going to download, let's do a new window just in case. A new window. All these are good. Yep, all that's good. Excellente. It's very quiet. Why don't I open up the chiptunes while I'm at it? There we go. Probably loud. Yeah, that's probably loud. That's probably good. Tell me in chat. Guys, tell me in chat. Tell me in chat if that volume is good. While I'm doing this here, what I wanted to do, I wanted to download the latest mod for www.http. This doesn't even make any sense. Dude, KP Wayne, how's it going? Dude, Scarlet Rever, what's going on, man? How's it going, Scarlet? Dude, thank you for dropping by the way. Thank you for dropping by. Guys, Scarlet, let me get this. Stay there. Now the volume should be good. Yeah, it always comes on like that. I'm like, you know, listen to the epic music. Twitch TV Das Valdez, let me show you how to get the mod. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to my own channel in Twitch. Dude, Sling Salmon. Also, what's going on? Keep going. RPA headphone users. Yeah, you know something? Watch your volume, guys. We don't need to watch this. I'm actually gonna scroll down past all the stuff. I've got a couple new sections here, by the way. I've actually got a section for recorded sessions. So if you can't watch the entire thing, I'm uploading these sessions to YouTube after the fact. I know sometimes people have to leave and they can't watch the entire stream, but I do have the recorded sessions now. You can scroll down on my channel, you can find it. What I was actually coming down here, oh, we've got the craft downloads too. I need some pretty art or something for these. I'm not an artist though. I should just like wide live record it. I was actually gonna go to Kerbal Engineer, click right here. That's going to bring this up. I'm actually going to, there's 6.1 up at the top, right? But I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to get this one. 1.0.10, Cybertech, our friend Cybertech, who hangs out on the channel sometimes, makes this. He makes the mod, and he put a really good thing in there. He put an awesome thing. Artech, dude, how's it going, Artech? Maybe just a little bit quieter? Okay, I can do that. That is definitely a thing that I can do. Like, how about 12? You like 12? 11, maybe? There you go. I'm going to have, like, pop-ups coming up and all that sort of stuff. I didn't die, Anders. I totally didn't die. I totally didn't die. Let me download this from CurseForge. There's Kerbal Engineer. I can just open it up. And you know how to install the mods, right? There we go. This one doesn't have that, so we just go Game Data on one side of the screen. We go zip file, right? This is the zip file I've opened up. And all I need to do is drag the Kerbal Engineer folder from the zip file over to here. If it has to merge it, yeah, sure, merge it. Do that for all the conflicts, copy and replace. Do it for all current items, yes, that's fine. Excellent. Casper, I sent the right email address. I resent it with the right email address. So that's, yes. Just so you know. Plus, it's not like they didn't know how to get in touch with me. Right? You know where to find me. I was on KSP TV. If somebody needed me. As it turns out. Anyways, Kerbal Engineer is installed. I'm just Casper, dude. I hope you get my sense of humor. I love giving you trouble. That's that. Let's go over here. Let's actually open up Kerbal Space Program. So there's KSP Win25. Let us go to the game. I don't know. I run it as administrator. What can you say? What we are going to be doing today, we are going to be talking about space stations. And there's a couple things I want to cover with space stations. Am I streaming the right stuff? Whoa, me forever still. Let's turn off the monitor capture. There we go. There's that squad monkey hat. Oh, look at that. We can put that up. We can put that up. We don't need the KSP TV tag. That was for last night. What can you say? Are the keys working? I think the keys are working. Yep, the keys are working. All right. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing space stations. A bunch of people have been asking me about space stations, and what I did, I actually tweeted earlier. Follow me on Twitter if you want to be a part of this. Follow me on Twitter. I tweeted out something, and it was like Kerbal Space Academy early stream. User, viewer, choice, right? Because I didn't have a specific topic I wanted to cover. I wasn't even being really expecting that I'd have these extra 2 hours to do this today. So I tweeted it out, and I said, all right, hey, whatever people are interested in, come over to the channel, let me know. And quite a few people, I had like 4 or 5 people saying that they wanted to do space stations. I had a bunch of people yesterday asking about space stations. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about space stations. But there are some specific types of space stations, so specific topics that I want to cover. Right? And you've seen some of my stations. I've actually got the single-stage space station to orbit. I had the super simple space station. I have decorative stations like the orbital Hilton sort of deal. I've got a lot of different types of space stations. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about a couple different types of space stations, things that you may actually be trying to accomplish with your space station. You may want a space station that just looks pretty. You may want a space station that has a bunch of science on it. You may want a space station that's just a straight fuel dump. You may want one that can go to other planets and serve as a fuel dump at another planet. There are a lot of different things that we could talk about with space stations. So we're going to not just cover building one space station in depth, but we're going to cover a bunch of different types of space stations. We're going to talk about the concept, the mission for your station. And maybe we'll design and launch a couple different stations here without going too much Kerbal Fashion Academy on any one of them. We will go ahead and see if we can talk about some different space stations. I'm just getting started. Did I do the Nightbot stuff? Ooh. Actually, what we did, Casper, we went through and we cleaned up a bunch of the Nightbot commands because we had a bunch of old deprecated commands, and we had a bunch of extra command overhead. But I will take that $5 donation, and I will donate to Nightbot. I probably shouldn't do it on the stream because I'm going to have to log in and PayPal and stuff like that, right? I will do that, Casper. I appreciate that $5 right there. I will go and give that to Nightbot so that we can get some more commands. Thank you for reminding me. I like the way that you reminded me. I do like the way that's the best way to remind me. If you have a question, put $5 in, and I'll totally answer your question. I do appreciate it, Casper, man. You didn't have to do that, but thank you very much. Thank you very much for that donation. Here is what we are going to do. I'm going to do the spiel. I'm going to do the intro. That was a donation from Casper VLT asking me about extra Nightbot commands. We should have an extra couple commands right now. Nightbot commands, yeah, we've got that. There's Cybertech, okay, good. Yeah. All right. Casper again, thank you, man. I do appreciate that. This is Kerbal Space Academy. It's 4 minutes till 6. I'll do the spiel. Kerbal Space Academy. What I do, and tell me I'm not streaming on KSP TV. Okay, good thing to check that right quick. Go to the profile things. I wish it would say, are you sure you want to start streaming on such and such profile? All right, good deal. No, Eurasian Mjolnir. I was kidding with that. I'm totally kidding. All you have to do to get a question answered. Actually, let me do the spiel. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez. What I do is every night I go in depth on a different topic. Right? I go in depth on a different topic. I'm going to be talking about space stations tonight. I'm going to spend about 2 hours from 6 my time until 8 my time. I'm going to talk 2 hours about space stations. And then I'm going to talk 2 hours starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my normal Kerbal Space Academy stream, talking more about space stations. Maybe we'll send fueling missions up to them or something like that. Maybe we'll just do space stations for 4 hours straight. But what I normally do, as part of my Kerbal Space Academy streams, I focus on a topic for 2 hours, and it usually turns out being 3 hours or whatever, but I focus on a topic like space stations, getting to orbit, making space planes, landing on the moon, going to Minmus, interplanetary transfers, science farming, whatever it is, doing a new career, saving money, whatever it is. I cover a different topic every weeknight. That's what I try to do as part of Kerbal Space Academy. But the trick is, with every one of those topics, I don't have a script, right? I don't have any bullet points. I don't have anything here. It's not like I'm going to sit here and be like, all right, let's talk about space stations now. Here is the first thing to cover. That's not how I do it. I totally make it up as I go. I don't have a script. I'm live. I just talk at the camera. And what I need is part of that being live. As I talk about the topic, space stations of the night, as I talk about the topic, if you have questions, if you have things to add, if you have ideas, put them into chat. Because you see some red scrolling by. I mean, you can see it right here. You can see the things scrolling by the chat. They're highlighted in red. What that is if you need to get my attention, if you have a question for me, you have something you want me to answer live on the stream, if you have a suggestion, hey, dude, you should really do this, or Das, you totally forgot the batteries, or whatever it is, right? There's two things you can do to get that highlighted in red. You can either say the word Das, D-A-S, and it will highlight it in red. You see how Xavier Smithy right here put Das in, right? Highlighted in red. Actually, is it showing up? No, it's not showing up. That's terrible. Where is my... There we go. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Can't see the chat. Y'all got my back. We got it fixed now. That's because of KSP TV, right? I just need a completely other scene that I use for KSP TV. So if you say Das, it'll highlight it in red, just like this. If you say the word question, did anybody say question? Probably not. Everybody just like Das. Yeah, all these are Das. Yeah, we're good to go. If you say the word DOS, it'll highlight in red. If you say the word question, it'll highlight in red just like that. On occasion, I can't always do it in real time because sometimes I'm crashing a craft or something like that. But on occasion, I'll actually scroll back through my chat. I'll take a break. I'll put it in screensaver mode, right? I'll press F2. I'll get all the commands off the screen. And I will, there you go. Thanks, Artak. There it says question. What I do is I'll answer the questions. I'll scroll back through my chat. If you got something highlighted in red, I will answer the question. That is what I do in my streams. People will probably answer your questions before I even get to it sometimes. There are a lot of really smart people who play Kerbal Space Program. There's a lot of really smart people who hang out in all the streams, especially KSP TV. They like to come over to mine too, I guess. I don't know. They hang out over here. But ask the question. I bet you somebody will answer it before me. And then I'll go and I'll answer it live here on the stream. That's what I do, right? I'll demonstrate it in the game. I'll put a part there. I'll show you how something works. I'll show you why the balance is this way. I'll show you how to tweak the node, whatever it is. That is what I will do on the stream. That's Kerbal Space Academy. It's an academy because y'all learned some stuff. I learned some stuff. I learned new stuff last night. Apparently you can unlock the steering wheels on the landing gear of the planes and you can turn. Dude, Mater as well. Mater, man. Thank you so much for the double super subscription. Casper, nice. Mater, man, you said anything for $5. So, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck word? Insert kappa here. I can't insert the kappa there. I'm trying, but I can't actually edit that message. Dude, Mater, that was a double. It's a super subscription, right? Because if I was partnered with Twitch and you gave me, you donated, you're not donated, but you subscribed to the channel for $4.99, I would only get about $2.50 of that. So whenever somebody donates $5, I say that's a double super subscription. It's not a real subscription, right? But that's the same that I would get with 2 months worth of subscription on Twitch. I really do appreciate people supporting me like that. I mean, I'm just sitting here talking and there's like a Kerbal Space Program loading screen behind me. So how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I know the technical answer, right? Is as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. There's really not enough K's in there. It's like chuck was spelled with a C and could is spelled with, I mean, we're playing Kerbal Space Program. I really feel like that question should be resubmitted using more K's. But I imagine that however much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, it could chuck more wood if it added more boosters. Because it's Kerbal Space Program. That's hilarious. Thank you, DOS. Let's actually open up the game and start playing some stuff here. Resume save. I normally don't do chiptunes, but I've already got chiptunes going. So let us just. There we go. Go into Champagne broken there. And let us just. Would. Kuju, man, that actually doesn't make any sense. I said it out loud, and then I was like, that really makes no sense whatsoever. It really makes no sense. But, dude, Casper and Mater, both, I appreciate the 2 XX super subscriptions there. $5 a pop. Man, if I've got $5 a pop once a week, I could not retire. I would do this full time and I wouldn't have to do the other jobs and that sort of stuff. Anyways, let's go on into the VAB. I really hope to be doing this even more in the future. I want to get the European streams, and maybe I don't have to do the other sort of part-time job, or I can get a different part-time job so I can stream for Europe. I really, really, really do want to do that. But everybody's like, dude, all you're doing is playing video games. That's not a job. We'll see how it goes. Casper, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, it could ingest 361.9237001 cubic centimeters of wood per day. Depending on the size of the woodchuck and the density of the wood. I mean, if you were like down in Africa and you had some of that Africa, you know, whatever, African hardwood, the rooted wood that grows in the Amazon, woodchuck could not chuck as much of that as they could, say, like cedar. And plus, if they chucked cedar, then they wouldn't have any moths in their mouth, I guess. Here is the VAB. Let's talk space stations. Let's talk space stations. Let me do this. What is this? Oh, that's that. Let's redo this. I think I got most of it. I didn't really see any questions coming in, so I think we were good there. There should be a pie in there. Raisin Mjolnir. Nice. Let's see what we've got. Let me make sure I got all that. Where's my chatty app? There we go. Let me see if I missed anything. Did I miss anything? American, da-da-da-da-da. Dark Husky. All right, what's up, Dark Husky? You may have taken off. There will be a video of this stream later. It's going to be on here. In right here. Dude, Scarlet Reaver. Scarlet Reaver, you're not even kidding, man. You're not even kidding. And I was actually just going to say, somebody asked me if they would be able to see these things after the fact. There is my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can subscribe to it. And every time that I do a new upload, I try to get these things up a day or two after. So if you can't watch the entire stream or something like that, you can always go to YouTube after the fact. That is the YouTube link right there, this bit.ly thingy right here. If you click on that, that'll go to YouTube, and you can actually watch all these sessions. Also, I spent hours and hours putting some outtake sort of stuff up there. So I took a bunch of highlights and uploaded them to YouTube, and now I have a streamy thingy, like a playlist that is just highlights when I crash into stuff, when I almost crash into stuff, that sort of stuff. So we've got that going. If you want to go over there, what was that? What was that? Where did that even come from? Hang on, why are we posting that? Don't overdo it. Seriously. But let's see here. So if you want to find them on YouTube, you can go to YouTube. That's what it is going on here. Do I have any other streamers in the channel? Earthworm Slim, dude, type something in there. Definitely type something in there. Mater, type something in as well. And then where was my third shout out? The new guy. The new guy who I was watching the other day. Scarlet Reaver. Scarlet Reaver, dude, toss something in chat for me. Toss something in chat so I can do my streamer shout out here. Let's see here. Playing with airplanes. No, we're doing space stations. DOS, I'm here. DOS, make one that's all kinds just in one station. Do it. We'll see. Man on fire, DOS, so I totally land on Minmus. With my science lander jetpacking around too fast and flew away, so I loaded my quick save and it showed my Kerbal instantly. Showed your Kerbal instantly. I don't really know what that means. I don't really know what that means. Showed your Kerbal instantly. Tell me what you meant there. Man on fire 42. You finally landed and it showed your Kerbal instantly. Killed it instantly? Let me know what that is. Let me know what that is. I was totally kidding about the $5 to answer a question thing. There's Mater. There's Mater. There's Scarlet Reaver. Where is Earthworm? Earthworm! Slim. Earthworm Slim before they scroll off over here. Got the chat fixed. Early stream. Yes, make fun of me when I mess stuff up. You're correct, Casper. That's good. Alright. Yeah, early stream. Alright. Guys, there's a couple other people who stream Kerbal Space Program or other games in the channel right now. Mater right here. You can see that I follow Mater because it says unfollow, right? If I didn't follow him, it wouldn't have that. If you like Kerbal Space Program, you can follow Mater, another official KSP TV streamer. You can actually follow Mater if you want to watch some of Mater's hijinks. Mater, what's the name of your stream? It's like hijinks with Mater or something, wacky stuff with Mater. I don't know. Give Mater a follow if you like that Kerbal Space Program game. Scarlet Reaver, actually, Scarlet Reaver. I found Scarlet Reaver the other day. He was streaming Kerbal Space Program, and he had like some sort of challenge where he's trying to get it. He's never played it before, right? And he's got it on Steam, I believe. And within 100 hours, I hope you haven't played 100 hours yet, Scarlet, but within 100 hours, he's got to get a successful dock, having never played Kerbal Space Program before. So he was getting to the moon, and I was trying to help him out in chat and that sort of stuff. But he is definitely kind of on a learning spree with Kerbal Space Program. He does some other games like Space Engineers and stuff like that. I'm following him. If you want to toss him a follow, go for it. And then the third one was Earthworm Slim, who I don't see in here. But I'll get Earthworm Slim whenever he comes on back. Let us talk about space stations. I'm a narcissistic person who's bad at naming things. It's an adventure. Isn't it Adventures with Mater or something like that? Anyways, Mater, I follow Mater. You should too. Also, if you want to see some Space Engineers, I know is his main game. But Scarlet Reaver, I'm following Scarlet Reaver. Give him a shout out. About 25 or 30 hours in. Scarlet, dude, if you stream Kerbal Space Program later, I will come over to your channel. I can hop on TeamSpeak with you. I can see if I can get you helped out. If you watch this stream, we'll do some rendezvous and stuff as we launch these guys, and I'll show you how to get some of that stuff in orbit. The docking's really not that hard. Your friend made a really bad bet, especially with Kerbal Space Academy on Twitch here. You're good to go. Who else was it? Whiplash? Whiplash also streams? Dude, Whiplash. I don't follow you right now, Whiplash. Oh, I've come by your stream before, though. I've definitely raided you before. Dude, I should totally follow you. Check it out. Now I follow Whiplash J. You stream Kerbal Space Program sometimes. I know seeing that. Let's talk about... You see that right there? User was... I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Guys, with the tips. What? KP Wayne, how much Woods Navy rum could a woodchuck chug if a woodchuck could chug Woods Navy rum? So apparently Woods is a type of rum, and you're asking me how much rum a woodchuck could chug if a woodchuck... Is that like a military joke or something? I love tacos. It's Taco Tuesday, by the way. Dude! KP Wayne, thank you for the double super subscription there, man. I do appreciate it. I'm going to stop talking now. Let's talk about... Well, I'm not going to stop talking. I'm actually going to do... Follow you... No! Casper, shut up. There. User was followed successfully. Look at that. See how it goes? I appreciate it there. I do appreciate it. KP Wayne, Mater, and Casper, I appreciate the double super subscriptions. Let's get going with Kerbal Space Academy. I've got 2 hours to do this. Let's drink... After all that talking, And then let's build a freaking space station and get it to space. Totally drinking out of this. Why get a cup dirty? Ah, yes. Delicious Dr. Pepper. Remember, the stream's brought to you by Delicious Dr. Pepper, not because they pay me, because I drink it straight out of the freaking 2-liter bottle, apparently. Alright, let me make sure the volume on that's up. And let us build a space station. There it is right there. All these settings I have to change for KSP TV. Alright, there we go. Let's talk. Dude, Scarlett, thank you for the host there, by the way, dude. I appreciate the host there. I do. Everybody that hosts me, I do appreciate it. 9 years, I will take it. I just started going brain fried. I just got it going at about 5:30, 5:45. And actually, I'm just now starting Kerbal Space Academy. No more reading chat. Let's talk space stations. A lot of people come in and they're like, man, DOS, there's no way I could ever get a space station in orbit, right? The number one thing to remember, it's a little loud, there we go. The number one thing to remember is that a space station is the exact same as a craft. If you can get a craft into orbit, you can get a space station into orbit. Your space station does not have to look like the ISS. Your space station does not have to look like something out of 2001: Space Odyssey. Your space station does not look like a freaking Mac gun from the Halo series. You don't have to have a space station look like any of that stuff. All you really need at a space station is a place where your ships can go and visit and get more fuel, switch out crew, get more RCS, that sort of stuff. So in order to actually make a space station, you really don't need very much. And I'm going to start this off. For people who think that they can't get a space station done, I'm going to start this off with a very, very simple space station. So let's make a very, very simple space station. Let's toss that sucker into orbit and let's call it, I don't know, simple station, something. It's simple. Toss some names in chat. I'll name it whatever you want me to name it. I'm going to start with the number one thing. We always need command and control on whatever it is we do. I'm going to put that there. I am also going to go ahead and grab me some fuel. I need to store some fuel at my station, right? So I'm going to grab one of these tanks. Dude, Weavy and Whiplash J, thank you both for the follow. Looks like I missed a Jola Kale. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yoa K or something? Jola K? Key? I don't know. Guys, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate the enrollments in the academy. So I've got a tank on here. I can store some fuel. I also like storing RCS. I'm actually going to make this one super simple. Let's just put an RCS tank there. I'm going to add some expandability in case I ever want to dock some more stuff. So let's go ahead and toss. Where are they at? Where are they at? There they go. There they go. A big docking port on the top, one of those Clampetron Seniors. Hold down Alt, click to get a copy of it. Flip it over and put one on the bottom. That makes it so I can expand my space station going forward. This right here, I need some power generation. This right here counts as a space station. I've got fuel in space. I've got RCS in space. I've got a docking port, so I could dock to it. Maybe that's not the best docking port to have, but I could launch this thing into orbit, and I could use this as a space station. I could refill a ship's RCS. I could refill a ship's fuel. I could call it a day. That's all I need to do. That's all I need to do. So, let me continue on with this. We need some sort of power generation, right? I don't even need a very big deal of power generation. But I think what I'm going to do for this one, I think I'm going to do something I don't normally do. And I'm going to put this guy on there. Let me see how this looks. Let's grab the Gigantors. There's no reason for this station, guys. Dude! $10 from Whiplash J. Dude, Whiplash J. That's not why I rated you, just so you know. I appreciate the 4X subscription there, man. I do really appreciate it. Raid is love, raid is life. I appreciate you streaming Kerbal Space Program. I appreciate you having the face cam because that engages people in your stream. And I appreciate you doing cool things, man. I will definitely drop by. I like seeing you over there, and I appreciate the 4X support there, man. I do appreciate that. That is awesome. Thank you so much, good sir. Thank you so much. I do not need a lot of solar panels on this thing. I really don't need a lot of solar panels. It just doesn't need that many solar panels, but I am going to do something that's a little bit different. I've been doing this a little bit lately. I'm going to put these like that. Where's my 1x6s? I'm going to put them on like this. It's kind of like protects them, right? I'm going to put some other ones in negatory. I'm going to put some other ones. Ooh, why don't I make a copy? If you didn't know how, holding down Alt and clicking on a part will make a copy of the part, including all the other parts attached to it. Dude, Candy Jugs! If that's not a entertainer name, I don't know what is, but Candy Jugs. Thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. Did I get that right? That does not look like it's right. That absolutely does not look like it's right. No, that's right. Okay. Let's make sure they don't hit each other. Apparently I can't extend them. That'll be my power. Let's put some docking ports on here. I'm not even going to really deal with it on a spaceplane perspective. I'm just going to make sort of a fuel line docking port here. I'm going to toss one of these puppies on here. Where is it at? Anybody tell me where it is? The center of mass is where I'm trying to put it. Not exactly because of that RCS up there, right? But remember, I like to tell you that you need to put your stuff on the center of mass. Why? So you don't have a lever arm effect. Let me illustrate. Let me illustrate once I toss a docking port on here. Nope, incorrect. That's backwards. That looks good. Alrighty. Maybe that standoff is a little bit high. Maybe that standoff is a little bit high. I don't know what I think about that. I don't know what I think about that. Entertainer. Yeah. You know, entertainer name. We do try to keep it family friendly. I mean, I want to make Kerbal Space Program accessible to people, so here in the official KSA streams, when it's early in the day like this, I do try to keep it family friendly, and I would appreciate y'all doing the same sort of deal. There's only 6 directions, DOS. Why do you never choose the right one first? I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just going to roll with it, though. I am just going to roll with it. It is a little bit stood off. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see here. Gosh, everybody. Everybody's like, da-da-da-da. You're a mod. You're a mod, dude. Wait. Was that a J raid with 2 peeps? J with the 2-person raid, dude. I do appreciate all manner of raids. I'm talking about the center of mass, right? Here's what a lot of people do. I see a lot of people, and they'll put docking ports up on one end like this, and if you look at the center of mass, it's like that. What happens, right? Dude, Thanatos. It's the bad guy from Final Fantasy, isn't it? What happens when you put docking ports up on one end like this, right? When you do this, and you dock a ship to it, you actually get force from the ship. The mass of the ship coming in for a dock. Hopefully you're not docking at 1 meter per second. But you've got to do something with that force. You've got a bunch of momentum built up in the ship. The mass of the ship times the velocity of the ship. And when it comes up to the docking port and it touches that docking port, it's actually going to have to do something with that momentum, right? If the center of mass of your station is down here and you apply a force, the momentum, kinetic energy of the moving ship up against the top of it, what's going to happen when my mass is down here and I've got a lever arm effect? I'm applying a force up here. I'm not going to move the mass. I'm actually going to rotate the mass like that. That's a problem. Dude, Overlord Fate, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm explaining space station balance right now. So when I put my docking ports up on the end of this, and I bring some craft up to dock with this thing, and I dock way up high like this, imagine the space station is right here. When I dock up high, I'm actually going to rotate the station. We can illustrate it in KSP. Let me show you. I can grab an engine. This one will be fine. And I can put it on here just in 1x symmetry. Right? Like that. What I can then do is I can turn on RCS build aid. And look at what happens to this space station. When a force is applied up here, it's normally a docking ship, the momentum of a moving docking ship. I'm simulating the force here in the VAB by saying it's like an engine pushing against it. But when a force docks against this port up here, is applied up here, and you've got a lever arm from here down to the center of mass, this station is going to rotate about the center of mass. That's what the big red arrow is telling me. It's going to rotate over. It's okay with a little simple station like this, but when you get into bigger, more complicated stations, that rotation right there can rip your station apart. You can start to have all sort of effects fighting against each other, different SAS modules trying to correct the rotation. You've got weak links here. You've got a docking port, a single node connection between you and the ship that's docking. And this station is good to go because it's very small and simple. But when you get into the big decorative sort of ISS type of stations, that force right there, that red circle, can rip your station apart. It can Krakenize the heck out of your station. So what do we want to do? What we actually want to do, instead of docking up there like that, this is actually going to break a little bit. We want to dock against the center of mass, because look at what happens to that circle. The closer I am to docking against the center of mass, the smaller that circle gets. And if I get it just right, I can actually completely remove the circle. What happens there is when I dock against it, I don't have a lever arm against the center of mass. This area right here is lever arm. I don't have a lever arm. I'm actually docking directly against the center of mass. And what's going to happen? The mass of the station is going to absorb the momentum of the docking craft. So as you do that, when you dock like this, the station will move just a little bit, but the station won't want to rotate. That's what we don't want. We don't want that station rotating. I do have a little bit of a problem, right? Because as this tank empties, see, as that tank empties, if we have a lot of RCS up there, the station will become unbalanced. See how we're no longer docking against the center of mass? That's not straight. but I'll fix it. See how we're no longer docking against the center of mass? So depending on the level of fuel in this tank and the level of fuel in this tank, that would be a problem. Here's what we could do. There's a couple things I could do to fix that. I could either grab another one of those tanks and put it down here on the bottom. Do you see how that kind of evens us out? Just let's remove it like that. I love it. So now I'm docking against the center of mass, but because I have these things on both ends, they're kind of counterweights for each other, right? And the center of mass of the station will not really move as I put this stuff in. Let's fill it all the way up right quick and see what this looks like. So I can get right on the full center of mass like that. That's pretty good. Okay, that's actually pulling my center of mass over to the side. The reason for that is that I have it on with 1x symmetry. Dude, Commander Olfart, what's going on, man? Thanks for dropping by. We're doing space stations. We're talking about balance when it comes to docking. This one right here, I would have to take this off to replicate that again. Back down to 1x symmetry. Have you ever noticed that, right? When you're placing parts on it in the VAB, and whenever I touch a part that's on there with 2x symmetry, it'll actually do 2x symmetry and it puts a part on both sides. Have you ever wanted to not do that? Have you ever just wanted to put on 1x symmetry? Like if I'm at 3, it'll go and correct it to 2. You can see it. You can see it happening right down here. That's the symmetry indicator. What you can actually do, you can put it down to 1x symmetry, and you can just put it on with 1x symmetry, and that will make that work. The station was still a little bit unbalanced, and it's because of this guy, right? This big computer core weighs, what's it weigh? That thing clocks in at a half ton. Wow, and I don't really want to put a wasted half ton down there. So I think what I might do for my station is not have that computer core there. I'm just going to toss it. We'll do something else in terms of the root node. What should I make the root node as now? Let's do I not have anything I can make it as? It's going to be the red tank. Yeah, it's going to be the red tank. That's okay. Let's make the red tank the root node. Let's put that guy up there. Watch what I do here, right? I can't. I've already got all this stuff put on here, but I don't want to rebuild it. What I need to do is actually dock this and start to take it apart. Then I can put it on top of the station and continue to take it apart. I can put that down there. I can put that there. Now I can start grabbing pieces from here and moving them down to the bottom part. That's my root node like that. I can grab this piece. I can put it right like that. I can grab these pieces here, get the one with the engine, or else I'll lose the engine. I can put it right down here like that. And the last thing I want to do is get rid of that tank. And now we have a nice station. Really simple. It's a really simple station. In fact, we probably don't even need the standoffs. Let's do that. Let's do this. That is a really simple station. I actually like that station right there. So, we can see that whenever we have that engine on there with 1x symmetry. No. Down to 1x symmetry, please. Come on. Oh, it would help if I'm not pressing Z. There we go. Wow. Fingers off the home row there, basically. The KSP home row. Let's put this right against the center of the station. Like that. That's pretty good. As long as we don't have a circle, we're good to go. And 2x symmetry would be nice, wouldn't it, DOS? I know. This is a very simple station. Like I said, I'm starting this out for the people who are coming into my channel and saying, DOS, dude, there's no way I could ever get a space station to orbit. That right there is a perfectly fine space station. Maybe I would want to toss a battery on there or something. That's terrible that those things are upside down. I'm totally a stickler for that. Nope. There we go. Is it still upside down? Nope, that's sideways. Rotate it once in that direction. Let's just do that. And that. That's totally upside down. There we go. That looks good. I am missing a probe core, so let me toss a probe core back on there. There's a easy way for me to do that by just doing this sort of number. Let's grab one of these little octo strut thingies. Nope, I missed it. There, it would be on the right tab. That would help a lot. And I am just going to grab... Dude, Sleek7, thanks for the follow. I'm just going to grab an octo strut, put it right there. I'm going to grab one of my little Stay Putniks, put it right here. Y'all know how I do. Oh, that's 2x symmetry, isn't it? I definitely don't want it on there in 2x symmetry. Do I not have KSP noises for some reason? Aha, because it's turned all the way down. Now we have both music. We'll fix that in a minute. I tossed that on there. I put my Stay Putnik on there. Like that. Let's put a battery on there too, just to mark the dorsal side of the station. Like this right here. That looks tucked a little bit. Whatever. I'm fine with that. Good to go there. That right there is a station. I'm getting some things in chat. Let me put a little antenna on this guy, and then let me read the chat and see what's going on in chat over here. Some other things you might want to do, maybe you want to put a thermometer or something on there so you could use the station to get free science. Complete some of the contracts if you're in career mode. I'm just going to go with this. Let me look at the chat. Apparently a lot of chat has been going on here. Das. Considering Das' time zone, I'm from the future to him. Nice. You're an hour ahead of him. Das using the new curse. Cybertech! Oh, Cybertech came in! Yes, Cybertech. I got it. I was doing my in my head burn calculations. Drink. Drink it out of the 2-liter bottle. Ooh, Old Fart. That was a good idea, Old Fart. Remember to put DOS or question in there. Just put DOS in there. Hey, DOS, toss the red tank. Computer and center, 2 20-ton tanks on either side. You could totally do that as well. I wanted to shave off the extra half-ton that was the computer core. We didn't really need the computer, but that is a way you could have done it. You could have put 2 tanks on it. Then you would have had to keep them balanced. But that was a good idea. That would have been a totally good idea. See if I've got anything else in here. Howdy, folks, dude. Okay, that was Old Fart coming in. Das, make a station when you stream. Nice, dude. Whiplash, you should totally make a station. You could make a better one than this. K-Man, Das, can you quickly go over setting up a docking port? Setting up a docking port? What do you mean, setting up a docking port? Tell me what you mean by that. Tell me what you mean by setting up a docking port. I'm gonna call this the, like, Taco Tuesday station or something. We'll just go with something easy. Setting up a docking port. I'll talk about it right quick. I appreciate the question there. I'm a stickler for having my docking port orientation up the correct way. Dude, OC Kid J and Quack84. Dude, Quack84 and OC Kid, thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. We're talking about stations. This is a very, very simple station. This station is for the people who are like, Das, I can't get a station into orbit. Yes, you can. If you can get a ship into orbit, if you can get anything into orbit, you can get a station into orbit. This is an example of that. Let's see here. Right. Can't seem to get it right. I don't understand what you mean by seem to get it right. Let me know what you mean by seem to get it right. I'm a stickler for having the port. You see how there's a little window in there? And you see how that window is kind of like a window on a door where the window would be up at the top where you could actually be standing in it and looking out. Imagine a Kerbal in there standing up with that sort of orientation looking out that window. That is up on the docking port. The other 2 things, down, left, and right, I just try to make sure that on my station I don't have those things rotated to weird angles. It's not that big of a deal, really, but yeah, I do try to make sure that I've got that sort of stuff going on, just so that I know what to expect when I come up to it. Dude, Sarah Quinn, thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. Let's get this thing to orbit using the brand new Kerbal Engineer 1.0.10 by Cybertech. Somebody, do we toss a Cybertech link? I'm not going to scroll back, but if we haven't put Cybertech's link in channel, dude, Cybertech is awesome. He's hanging out here in the channel right now. He's the creator of Kerbal Engineer. You should toss him at least you should toss him a shout out. If you want to toss him some support as well, he hosts the mod, he pays for it. He's got a little link there. Give me a Cybertech link over there because I really do appreciate Cybertech. He is an awesome guy for making this sort of stuff. Let's put it into orbit. Dude, Westlin. Thanks for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. Let's get this going. Do we need any sort of... Yeah, it's a little window. It is a little bit window. Doesn't allow you to dock and undock. I'll show you how to do it, K-Man. We'll get you something out there. We'll see how to get that stuff done. Let us get this into orbit. We're going to do it on the bounce and by the numbers, right? Scarlet, pay attention. You need this. You do need this, and it'll really show you why on the bounce and by the numbers is a good way to do it. And I'll talk you through the launch profile as well. What we need 2 stages of this station. What is going on here? Leroy Lee, Mars 1944. Both, thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. Was that another one that I missed? No, I got Westland. All right. How do we do it? We need 2 stages to get this payload into orbit. I'm going to say I want this thing to go up full. I want it to actually arrive in orbit full of fuel. I don't want to have to refuel it, so that once we get up there, it's kind of a one-shot sort of deal. I can totally do it. I think maybe the last thing that I'm doing here, I need some station keeping engines, which I don't have right now. These engines are totally lame, but they are all you need for station keeping your ship. I'm just going to toss 2 of them on there. That will allow me to make minor corrections to my orbit. They're not particularly efficient. They're not engines that you would really want to do a lot with, but I'm going to toss them on there so that I can have some station keeping capabilities. Am I missing anything else? I've got power generation. I've got power storage just a little bit. That's not very much of a battery, by the way, for the station. Maybe we do need to put a little bit extra battery on there. So we'll do it like this. Good night, Irene. One really. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. That just puts some additional lights on the station. Let us get this thing in the into orbit on the bouncing by the numbers. First stage, I need a kicker stage. That is the stage that is going to make me start missing Kerbin. The kicker stage, what I say, 1.5 thrust to weight, 1500 meters per second delta V. I can see it right here. And let's see how that works. Let's come over here and grab a fuel tank first, which is going to look, I'm just going to guess. And I'm going to guess at one of these, and I'm going to guess at a skipper. And let's see where that puts us. Where are you at, skipper? Wow, they changed all this stuff around on me. There's a skipper. 1.08, so that's not 1.5. And I've got these things in different things, so let's do it that way. 1.01, and that much delta V. Dude, Creeper Face, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. So I'm going to put a stack decoupler in here. I know I don't really need this. Not that one. I know I don't really need this stack decoupler. I'm just going to put it in anyways, because that will make it easier for Kerbal Engineer to break up the stages. Wouldn't it be great if Kerbal Engineer could actually break up the stages with docking ports as well? Like if that was an option somewhere that I could check and it could treat the docking port as a stage. I don't know how easy or hard that would do. How hard that would be. Alright. So this is 1.01 with 876. This engine's not going to cut it. We need more thrust because I say I need 1.5 thrust to weight. Skipper, sorry buddy, but you're not going to cut it. That means we go straight to mainsail hype. Mainsail 2.23 with 832 meters per second. So I need a lot more fuel. I'm actually going to grab that guy. It's twice as much fuel, I betcha. And twice of that tank right there is going to be an orange tank. This may not be something that we want to do. Let's find out. Ah, 1.76 with 1400. That will do for a kicker. That will definitely do for a kicker. I am going to keep it simple today. That is not normally how I do my kickers. I do want them to be a little bit more stable, but we're just going to roll with it. Let's just grab another one, and let's make the lifter stage. The lifter stage needs to have 1.7 thrust to weight on the pad here in Kerbal Engineer, and at least 2,500 meters per second of delta V. So let us build that out. Right now this is 1.18 and 894. That's no bueno whatsoever. Let us put a engine spacer in there. That's for the heat sink, right? Remember the problem with the heating and the way it calculates heating? This is actually going to use this tank as a heat sink so that mainsail doesn't look like it's going to overheat, and it'll actually draw fuel from the rest of the tank. 1.986, that's not good enough. Hold down Alt, make a copy of that. Look how simple we're going to keep it. 2,000 with 2.02. So with triple mainsail hype, the joke's been done, so don't even bother in my channel. With 2.02 thrust to weight, I get 2,000 meters per second of delta V. Let's add. Whenever I've got extra thrust to weight, I want it to be 1.7. When I've got more thrust to weight than I need, that means that I can add. How did that work? Ah, interesting. That right there. Alright, that's what messed up. What I actually need to do, I've got more thrust to weight than I need. It's 2.02 and I need it to be 1.7. And this is too low. It's 2,000. I want it to be 2,500. When my thrust to weight is higher than I need and I need more delta V, that is the international sign for adding more fuel. So I'm going to toss that tank in there. I'm going to toss those tanks in there. Now I've got 1.8 and 2307. That means I can put more fuel in. Let's try one of these tanks. Those guys plus this guy, 2432, 1.72. That right there is pretty darned close, honestly. That is pretty darn close. I almost feel like I'm going to do it this way. I'll have a little bit less than 1.7, but it's going to cut down a lot of parts for me, a lot of cost. Let's take those guys out. Let's take those out. And instead of that sort of setup, let's just go with that. Get those on the side as well. Why? There's a couple things going on here. Das, why do these three tanks all match? Right? Why didn't you do asparagus staging? Because it's a waste of time. This right here is all that we need to get to orbit. This craft that I've just built, I already know that I can put this into a stable orbit on the bounce and by the numbers, just looking at Kerbal Engineer right here. 1.7, 1.63 will do. 2,500 meters per second of delta V, 2548 will do. 1.5 thrust to weight on the kicker, that's fine. It's 1.76. 1,500, 1446, that's fine. I really want the lifter plus the kicker to be equal to that, which is good to go. This about 4,000 is what I want that to say. So, I know, just by looking at Engineer, that this craft will go into orbit today. It may have a little bit of problem because it's a little bit tall. It is a little bit tall. Maybe we'll crash it and we'll show you how to fix it. But I am going to launch this space station. Did I forget anything on the space station, by the way, chat? Let me know if I forgot anything. It's your fault if I did. Let's toss this guy on here. That is totally annoying. Come on now. 1x symmetry will work. Will work, I said. Will. Ay. Let's put it on this side, maybe. Nope. Ah, that's decorative anyways. You don't even need those. All I was going to do was put some struts like this. And let's see if these struts are enough struts to cut it. It may very well not be enough struts to cut it. Lights! Steel Mage, thank you. Maybe some other people said that. Dude, the Van Vino! Yes, love it when DOS is streaming, dude. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy, Van Vito. Glad you were able to come over. I forgot trusses, large solar panels, laboratories. Casper. You forgot all the decorative stations. That's the next thing that I'm going to be doing. The next station I'm going to be doing is a lot more decorative of a station. You forgot all the stuff to make it look like the ISS. If you think you can't get a station to orbit, this is all you really need. I've got a little bit of trusses. I've got some solar panels. RCS movement, I'm not going to put RCS movement on it. I don't need RCS movement on this station. I'm not planning on docking the station with anything else. The things will be docking with the station, and it's got this on there so that it can do its own station keeping. But we are going to be good. We are going to be good to go. I love how DOS doesn't bother with the asparagus station. Hi, Cybertech, it's a lot more expensive as well, especially if you're in career mode. Wasting all those engines and dropping them off the bottom is a waste of money in career mode. I would rather go with fewer engines than more engines that I drop off so I can squeeze out a couple extra meters per second adult TV. Asparagus staging is not something you need for 99% of the missions in Kerbal Space Program. You do need it to get off of Eve. Unless Luis Piloto's here and then he's going to tell me, no you don't, I have a glider, and I'll be like, shut up, Luis. Anyways. Let's see if this thing launches. I'm not really in love with it because it's very tall and skinny, and there's a lot of mass at the top, and that does not make me in love with this design. I've been around the block enough to know that having a super tall, skinny rocket like that is sometimes a recipe for failure. Let's launch it. What were we going to call this? Oh, I can't scroll back that far in the chat. What was it? We were just going to call it something simple. Oh, yeah, it's Taco Tuesday Simple Station. KSA. Taco Tuesday Simple Station. Let me put my logo on it. My little business technology flag there. I have a feeling this thing is not going to fly very well and or explode, so let's launch it because everyone loves a good explosion. I didn't even check staging. Maybe we should do that when we're out on the pad. Maybe we should do that. DOS station. That's what we always do. We always do that. Ooh. Add lights. Oh, man, you're right. You're right. I didn't put lights on it. You know something? This is a simple stage. This is a simple station. It doesn't have lights. It's only got the little lights, right? Let us launch this little space station, by rough description, into orbit. Let's see what we've got. I don't need my landing tab right there. Dude, Cybertech, again, thank you so much for that stuff. These guys are not supposed to be here. They're going to go up to here. This is good to go. That's good to go. This station is good to go. Let's prep it for launch. Panel lock. Click up there. Throttle up. Press Z. Throttle goes max. SAS engage. Press T. That lights up the SAS. Once I've got that, panel lock, throttle up, SAS engage, electric charge, go. 3, 2, 1. Have you ever noticed that in Kerbal Space Program you hit the space bar to go to space? Whoa! That didn't work at all! Something got ripped off of something. We probably do need more struts. We probably do need more struts. That didn't work at all. The connection of docking ports, something's still blowing up. That part, it's like, I'm out. Forget this whole going to space thing. I just wanted to fly. No, did it already get out? Or blow up? Or something? Ah, whatever. Hey, aren't those awesome space planes? Pay no attention to the exploding rocket. Look at these awesome space planes. What happened there? I think I had a structural failure on the docking port, which I expected. Launch clamp was damaged. Rockomax brain decoupler and clamp trap docking port senior. Yeah, those docking port seniors are definitely nasty sometimes. Definitely nasty sometimes. 6x symmetry on clamps is a no-go. Oh, did I have 6x symmetry on there as well? Thank you for that. Let's revert the flight. We've got two things to fix. Go back to vehicle science. Everything explodes. Science. Do I have 6x symmetry? Yeah, look at that. I had those clipped through there. That is a massive problem. That is a massive problem. I was trying for 4, and I apparently put it 6. Thank you for who pointed that out there. That is good to go. Now we don't have a random docking clamp in the middle of that stuff. I bet you it would go to space now. This is a notoriously weak connection, right? Having these things like this. I really don't need that part there, but I'm going to put it there just so that I can stage it. Here's how you fix it. If you've got a big docking clamp and you've got problems with the rocket being wobbly, do this. On your kicker stage, put some of these modular girder segments, right, like that, and then get you some struts and put the struts from the girder segments up past the clampatron to the main body of the rocket. You see how I bypassed all that? That's going to make that connection a lot more stable. You don't have to do this, but if you want to do this for fairing pretend purposes, you can do that as well. That's how it would look from an engineering perspective. But if you put some little standoffs like that, that's basically like a cargo sort of adapter to strut that stuff in. Imagine, if you will, that wasn't such a weak connection. That should work for us right there. Let's do it. Round 2, fight. And let's see if fixing the docking clamps. Apparently I had them on a 6x staging, so they were in the middle of a rocket, which isn't good. And that little bit of a cargo adapter sort of deal there. Ooh. That's what we just said. Commander Ofar, yes, I could totally do that, but I'm not going to. I want to keep it simple. But you are absolutely correct. We could put that in an action group. Lights, I'm not going to put lights on it, but I do want... No, let's just launch it. I could totally put the solar panels in an action group as well, but let's get on to more complicated space stations. Panel lock, throttle up, SAS engage, 3, 2, 1. Nope, fix the staging again. 3, 2, 1. Let's go to space. Dude, M251, what's going on? Get out of there. I love it. All right, we're good to go. So now I am flying towards space. Have you ever been sitting on the launch pad and looked at your nav ball and seen something that looks like this? That's not space. That's the horizon. If you were building the space station and instead of putting the probe core... I can't quite zoom in enough. Instead of putting the probe core like that, do you see how it's facing the sky? If you didn't do that... Hey. I better go back to control from here. Hang on. I'm leaning over. Auto gravity turn, apparently. There we go. If your horizon looks like that, it's because your probe core was placed in such a position that it's not facing space, it's facing the horizon, sometimes even the ground. There's a couple different ways you can fix that. You can either go back into the BAB and fix the orientation of the probe core, or right here you can actually control from that docking port up there, and that should work just fine. Wow, that is wacky. Let's go back to normal view. Is there a button to reset the view? Does anybody know if there's a button? Besides just scrolling through the views like that, is there a button to reset the view? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to space on the bounce by the numbers. Our first checkpoint, 10,000 meters. I know because I had a 1.7 thrust weight on the pad. When I get to 10,000, I'm going to be going about 260, 270. When I get to 10,000, I want to press the D key and I want to do a gravity turn. What that is like jumping off the moving sidewalk. That is Kerbal. Kerbal is rotating. I would like to add the rotational velocity that I get from sitting on the surface of Kerbal to my orbital velocity. I can do that by turning east. If I turn the other way, if I turn west, I actually subtract it from my orbital velocity. And instead of 4,500 meters per second to get to space, it would actually cost me about 4,800 meters per second to get to space. I don't know, I just made that up. More. So I'm over here at 45 degrees. Remember, that rocket is at a 45 degrees. This is 0 degrees, this is 90 degrees, that is 45 degrees. I know that these guys are going to run out right about the time that I have a 50K apoapse because I was 2,500 meters per second at Delta V. Let's go ahead and stage that and light the next stage. And I'm going to continue. Absolutely not. I've got my 50,000 meter apoapse there. Then I want to start leaning over even more and continue burning like this until my apoapse, right there on the engineer. See how I didn't put the heat sink in there? See how that engine is overheating? It's okay, it won't blow up. But I want to continue burning right here at the bottom of the orbit. You see how I'm doing that? The bottom of that green circle when it says orbit right there until I make this number here say 85. If you don't have engineer, first off, shame on you. But if you're doing a challenge where you can't use mods, which I totally understand, you can actually press M to come over to the map screen. And on the map screen, you can zoom in and you can highlight over this and you can see you could actually fly it from the map screen. So you could be doing these maneuvers from the map screen right here. If you want, you can click on that and it'll stick. You can click on that little tab. You see how it gets a little bit bigger? When it gets a little bit bigger, you can click and the apoapse will stick. You can fly the rocket from right here. My apoapse is good, 2.6. Maybe I'm 1,000 meters high, whatever. But my next thing to get to orbit, put a node right there at the apoapse. Click Add Maneuver. We don't need that for this stream. And pull prograde. Dude, 15th Terror and GAT GTA 555 Thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez. We're talking about space stations, and I'm giving you a rundown on the orbital procedure here. I put it right there at the apoapse. I pull prograde. I'm going to have to talk fast here. I pull prograde until I get a periapse like that. See the periapse appear? If that apoapse starts to get away, don't let it do that. Don't let it do that. Drag this thing around until the apoapse is to this side, and then click and hold until the apoapse comes back to the middle. Did you see what I did there? I didn't click on any of those. I clicked right there in the middle. Dude, Insane Zedge, or Insane Z-Edge. It's Shutdown 27. Thank you both for the follows. I need to get to orbit. Now what I need to do, I can click on the periapse. Right, like that. Luckily, I have a mainsail as my kicker. I can continue pulling on this until that number over there says 85. I want an 85 by 85 orbit. Whoa, there was a switch. 86 by 86 is good. Dude, Cabo Guest, thank you for the follow. What's going on here? This is going to be a 55-second burn. It's coming up in 20 seconds. That means I'm late. I needed to burn it half of 55, which is 20 plus 3, 25 plus 28. I need to burn right now because I talked too much and I did not burn enough. But let's go ahead and do that burn. It's okay. I'll still get to orbit. Don't be concerned. I'll still get to orbit. I really just need to get a cup instead of drinking out of this 2-liter 2-liter bottle because that's a little ridiculous. But I continue to go to space today. I continue to light this mainsail. What I'm doing right now, you can see what's happening. I'm falling towards Kerbin, but I'm falling faster and faster. The more energy I put into that orbital velocity, the better and better my rocket / space station gets at missing Kerbin. It's falling towards Kerbin no matter what, but when I get the right amount of energy in the orbit, I fall at the same rate that I miss Kerbin, at the same rate that Kerbin basically pulls away from me. So, that is that stage. The awesome thing about what just happened there was that guy is now going to fall out of orbit. See how he wasn't in an orbit yet? That is nice from a space junk perspective. And we're going to use these little guys to finish the orbit here. This is not the greatest thing in the world, by the way. Wow, I might not be able to get to orbit on these little guys. Ah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let's just burn it here. Not the most efficient launch. I really could have put more of those on there because you do not want to be accelerating a orange tank with 2 of those little worthless engines. That's how we learn. That is how we learn. This station could probably use a little bit more station keeping propulsion or a bigger insertion stage. Bigger insertion stage. Ha! Let's do that. Are they not going to reach? Yes! The tips didn't even touch. That's awesome. I'm going to keep burning like this. I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. What is my periapse and apoapse right now? Wow. That was just dirty. Yeah, I'm going to be okay. I'll be okay. It's not going to be the cleanest orbit, but we'll clean it up later. Apoapse, periapse is coming up. Let's just keep burning here. We just got to keep burning, and we really just have to get that periapse up into the 60s or 70s. I'm not even worried about it going all the way to orbit. We will be fine. Let's get rid of this node, and let us continue burning perigrade here. Perigrade? Is that even a thing? Perigrade? Prograde until I get the apoapse. Wow, I really need to burn up. Remember, right now, coming up next is my periapse in 9 minutes. If I burn up at more of an angle, I can actually trade apoapse for periapse. You see how apoapse is going down and my periapse continues to go up? Let us burn up at an angle so that I trade some of that apoapse for periapse. This is not the most efficient orbital insertion in the world. We really needed more thrust to weight on this. Look at my thrust to weight, 0.12. That is not enough. We'll be fine, though. We'll be fine. I am just trying to trade apoapse for periapse here. 49, 50. Oh, I never did this, by the way. Settings, music off, except, there we go, resume flight. There's 50. Come on, girly, you're still above the atmosphere. If we can get it up into the 60s, we'll be fine. Yeah, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Solar panel high five. Look at them cute engines, right? There's a reason. There is a reason. There is a reason that I do not use these engines, that these engines don't get a lot of love because they don't have a very good efficiency. What's their ISP right now? 300? And they don't put out a lot of thrust. They are not the engines for this craft. I feel like I'm good to go, though. 81, 80. Let's see if we can't burn prograde some now because we're at 60, 61, 62. That was just kind of a last minute. Do you see how the docking port doesn't turn when I rotate about the center of mass? That is awesome. That makes me a very happy camper. There's 85, 86 again. All right, we're safe. We didn't even use that much fuel out of that tank. We just didn't have the thrust to weight really for that. Were I to redesign this, I would either use different engines or I would put more of the, maybe 2 more of those engines on there, just to get it to orbit a little bit more efficiency, because that was not the most efficient orbit. See if this is going to work. Let me just burn a little bit more like this. We're just trading things again, right? That is going down. That's going up. I guess I could put it in 85 by 85 now. There's 85. And let's just stop it right there. That's good enough. That's good enough. I'm not saved. That's 60, what, S67K? I'm not safe. No, I'm fine, though. No, up that high, it won't actually pull me out of the atmosphere. It is in the atmosphere technically, but the atmosphere is so thin up there that it's going to slow me down a little bit, but it'll barely affect my orbit. Anything above 60, I would really be safe. Once you get down to like the 55s and stuff like that with something with this little of delta V, I would have been worried. But 84 by 66, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, you'll be good to go. I am not in a retrograde orbit. I am in a prograde orbit right now. I just have the camera rotated around weird. Let me extend these guys as well. Let me circularize this guy. Let's go on back down and design another more better space station. Maybe I should do rendezvous and docking. Oh, wait. Am I getting hosted in KBS? Hey, if you can hear the sound of my voice, and you're watching me from another channel, all the hosts that are going on, KSP TV, come on over to my chat. I'm not reading the KSP TV chat. If you have questions, you can come over to mine. I do appreciate the host, but I'm not checking the chat over there right now. So, dude, Rolo, you're not even kidding. You're not even kidding. This periapse will be fine, but these engines are not really for anything if you can avoid them whatsoever. We'll be fine, though. We've been through worse, right? I'm just going to go ahead and orient the station for success here. I don't think that the atmosphere up that high is actually going to rip these solar panels off. I wonder if I should risk that. I don't think that those are going to get ripped off by the atmosphere. Let's see if Das is right. Let's play see if Das is right. Dude, Cabo Gas and Trey11230, thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez, and we're talking about space stationes. Last thing I want to do is maybe orient the craft so both sets of solar panels can point at the sun there. That is all we need for a space station. It's got fuel on it. It's got RCS on it. It's got electric charge. People could hang out here if they needed to. This right here is a space station. Does it look like the ISS? No. Does it have fuel? Yes. Does it have RCS? Yes. Does it have electric power? Yes. Does it have command and control? Yes. Does it even have a freaking antenna? Yes. We've even got, look, we could extend this little antenna. Check it out. It's like a freaking narwhal going on here. Sticking out. Actually, it's like the figurehead of the station. It does look like a narwhal. I wonder if I should start doing that. That would be awesome. A narwhal figurehead. Anyways, a ship could come here. It could get more fuel. It could refill its tanks. It could refill its RCS. This is all you need to do a space station. Let me fix the orbit here. Watch that parry. You see I'm in the atmosphere right now by just a little bit. We should actually watch it from over here. I'm barely in the atmosphere. But check out my parry apps. And my app-webs. You see how my app-webs is increasing for some reason? Doesn't make any sense. Why is my app-webs increasing as I fly through the atmosphere? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Anyways, dude, Lucas64 and the other person, who was that? It scrolled away before I got it. www World Wide Web 071. Thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. We're talking about space stations. It is, Vice. It's just an orbiting gas station. That's all it is. But sometimes that's all you need. My inclination's terrible. Let's go ahead and time warp through this. Now my app web is actually decreasing. That's what I expected to see. The Van Vino, that's a good question. Can I leave a Kerbal on a ladder for an extended period of time? I would be very careful. I would be very, very, very careful. I probably should have raised the apoaps there, whatever. I would be very, very, very careful about leaving a Kerbal on a ladder when I get the ship out of physics range. You may have some unintended consequences when you come back to the ship with the Kerbal being on the ladder. I would definitely watch out for that. I would really want to put some pods in there of some sort, even just a hitchhiker, right? We've got room for expandability on this. But we're definitely, I don't think we're going to expand this station very much. We're just going to leave this guy here. So now I'm coming back up out of the atmosphere. It's 84. And all I really need to do now is circularize the orbit. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to add a maneuver. I'm going to pull it prograde until I get it a flip. So just pull it prograde like that until I get the flip. What is that, 83? We're getting like 84. That looks good. 84.3 by 84. That's fine. All I need to do is in 12 minutes do a 13-second burn. You can see that right down here. Are we at 200 viewers? Are you freaking kidding me? That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I need to get set up in Skype and so I can see what's going on with the thing. Oh, I should be good to go as an affiliate too. That's awesome. Let me go over here to official business. Let me type this right quick while I wait for this node to come around so that I can do this. There's that. From my stream. I mean, I can read what I'm asking. I said, who's on KSP TV tonight so I can give a throw from my stream when they start. Because I definitely want to give a shout out to all the awesome streamers at KSP TV. So, they're probably going to be starting in an hour or so if I'm correct. So, I was just asking the question. Now we can actually time warp a little bit more. Burn's coming up in 8 minutes. There's 7 minutes. Do I hear 6 minutes? There's 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm not oriented at the node, so I'm going to stop a little bit far out here. Let's see what we're doing here, dude. And then once I do this burn, I'm actually going to check the chat when I go back to the VAB. So let's orient this towards the burn. It's a 13-second burn. It's coming up in 1 minute and 42 seconds now. 1 minute and 42 seconds. Right there is what I want. I hope I have enough electric charge for this. I do. There we go. Yeah, dude, Teflon again. Thank you. If you're coming from KSP TV, come over to my channel. There was a link to it right there. If you come over here, I can answer questions in chat. That's what I do at Kerbal Space Academy. So, minute 22. Let's fast forward through the rest of this now that we're oriented to do the burn. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Half of 13. That's 14. That's 7 seconds is half of 14. 8. Light the candles. Those engines are so sad. They're sad little engines. They really are. Do they have alternators? They don't even have alternators. I mean, sometimes I guess you just don't have a place that you can put an engine. You have to revert to these little dudes, but what can you do? 83 by 85. Whatever, I don't care. That's good enough. Shimmy should be coming on about 9, so I got 2 hours. Dude, Teflon, thank you for that. Shimmy at 9. Shimmy Space Quest going on at 9. Shimmy has the best commercial, by the way. So, let us. Scarlet, my boss is behind me right now. Nice. Alright, we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead with the northerly inclination here. Hey, where is the sun? Can anybody tell me how I could orient the station right now, even though it's night, so that I could orient it towards the sun? Pop quiz, type it into chat. Tell me what I could do to orient this station with the sun right now. That's not north, by the way, DOS. This is north. Because I would like to turn it so that all the solar panels are pointed north. That's not right. I would like to turn it, I would like to turn it so all the solar panels are pointed towards the sun the next time the sun was. What could I do? I'm going to read chat. Tell me what I could do to point the station towards the sun. Hint, I've added a visual aid to the screen for you right now. Let me know what I could do to point that towards the sun. Alright, I saw that one. Lights. I didn't put any lights on it. I know. My runway is... Phantom, you're right. My runway is partially destroyed. I noticed that. What were we talking about there? DOS, double-click the middle mouse button. What were you telling me to do? Double-click the middle mouse button? I'm not sure what I was doing at the time. There was no context. A couple people told me to double-click the mouse button for some reason. And I don't know the context on those. So, Nubius and Rychex, tell me what you were doing when you were telling me to double-click the mouse button. Runway needs some love. Yeah, that's my ultra hardcore mode. There you go, Thader. That's my hardcore mode. Dim mainsails. Kuju with the mainsail love. That's how you drink your Coke. You know something? Hey, hi, KB. Hey, I don't recognize your name, so welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Imrab, how many times do I have to tell you, get rid of some of your mods and install the texture compression mod? What was it called? Texture management? MTA? Something like that? Texture management? How long does it take? Imrab, you have too many mods. I've seen your screen. I don't think your computer can handle the amount of mods you have. You have, like... You look like the... I've been in IT in a past life. And you do the thing where you walk around to the secretary's desk, right? And you look at the secretary's computer and you're like giving her a link to the latest place where you put your payroll or whatever it is. And her desk has 18 million freaking browser IE plugins in the top of it. It's like this much of the screen for the web page and this much of the screen for freaking browser plugins. That's what you look like with mods, man. That's what you look like, Imrab. I think you need to take some of the mods out. I think your computer will be a lot happier for you if you remove some of those mods. I know you've asked me 2-3 nights in a row now. Let's see. It is an orbiting gas station. Retired Army. It is missing. It is missing a hitchhiker with bedding. Let's see here. Lego Freak, what's going on? I'm not safe. I was safe. It's really thin up there. We're good to go. Doggy paddle. Never used heat sinks before. Oh, Fenrir. Fenrir Orgata. Das Valdez. Never used heat sinks before. Are you able to give a quick summary when you're at the hangar next? Sure, dude. I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely show you how to do that. And I have a solid state drive, MRAD, but you need less mods. I don't think your computer can handle the number of mods you're trying to run. You seriously look like a secretary with IE plugins. That's what I think of when I see your screen. Let's see here. Dawson chat. Dude, Steve-O-Matt, take it easy. Das, purple triangle thingy. Where was this at? Where was that at? Purple triangle. Orbiting gas station. Yes. Das Sogiti breaks physics. I don't think I was breaking physics, was I? Interplanetary. Dude, AT pistols for pandas. Das, your interplanetary guide helped me to do now. Thanks. AT pistols. You are absolutely welcome, man. You are absolutely welcome. Mad Monster, 200 viewers. Awesome. I appreciate mission reports that come back to my channels. Das, you may have an issue. I aero braked while at 100 kilometers and 68 kilometers after running out of fuel. You aero braked from 100 kilometers into orbit? Mrab. If you had a 68K periapse and you had 100K apoapse, you did not aero brake into a circular orbit after 2 orbits. I don't think that happened. Let's see. I'm going to continue going. Scarlet Reaver sneaks back into watch with sound off while boss isn't watching. Wait, maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud since you're trying to go ninja mode. Sorry, Scarlet. Fenrir. Das, it's because your tutorials are amazing. That's awesome. I appreciate that, Fenrir. Das, this is from High K, back SP. Das, I saw your KSP TV a little while last night. I tried to recreate your orbiter. It looks like a hot dog, though. What? It looks like a hot dog. You don't have to recreate it. You can download it if you want, if there's a craft link. Yoda fail. What's happening? I think is the word that you missed. Shimmy's coming on in 2 hours. Excellent. 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 Das Moon. There we go. Reset the view. Resetting camera. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, thank you. All right, I gotcha. High Kiba KSP. High Kiba KSP. Ooh. Nice, thanks. Did I miss anything else? I know sometimes people are like, man, this guy, all he does is like, all he ever does is totally like, you know, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes I read my chat. I love to respond to people. I love to say thank you to people who put up mission reports. I love to answer questions. I love to thank the people who participate in the chat. So every now and then I sit here and we look at a craft. Apparently I forgot to put it in screensaver mode. Did anybody ever tell me how I could actually... Well, now, dang it, the sun is up. No! Did anybody ever say what I could do? Right mods, overloaded, 64-bit. Did anybody tell me? Yeah, their desktop has 1,000 shortcuts. Active texture management. Thank you. If you point north or south, so your station is always lit by the sun when you're not behind Kerbal. You're right, one side. I wanted to put the entire side over there. Look directly at the sun and eyeball it. We could do that. Point radial in. That wouldn't be exactly. Oh, dude, Haikiba KSP. Got it. Look at the moon and orient it that way. AT pistols with the short typing there. Das Moon. I noticed that I had the moon in the background, and I noticed that I was just about on the terminator of the moon. So if I had pointed myself like this with the moon, even though it was nighttime, I would have guessed that both of my solar panels. You see the moon back there? And you see me, how I'm kind of trying to put those solar panels in line with the moon a little bit? That's what I was thinking. I just tossed it out there as a little bit of a pop quiz. It's all good. The SS Narwhal. That's what this should be named right here. This is the KSA Narwhal station. In fact, I'm going to rename it. I am going to rename it. If you've never done this, you can right-click on any probe core on your ship. You can do rename vessel. You can actually change the icon, so I'm going to say that this is a station. And instead of that, we're going to call this the KSA Narwhal Station. Maybe what we should do is we should actually have the KSA Bacon Station next. And then we can see if their orbits ever coincide, and we can know then when the Narwhal actually bacons. Anyways, dude, 200 viewers, that's awesome. This station's good to go. Let's go back down to the VAB. Let's talk more about space stations. No, not revert. Let's just go to the space station. Let's just go to the space station. Have a man-child and send him to space to what? I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? So what are we doing here? Dark Husky! That was a very, very simple station. For people who say that they can't get stations to orbit, that was an insanely easy space station is all that it was. Is absolutely all that it was. Boo, bad joke. Shush. I can tell whatever jokes I want. I'm the one with the camera in the stream. Let's go back to the VAB and build another, more different station. How much did you miss? Neo Gambit, you haven't missed anything. We started a little bit early. We did start a little bit early. Also, Neo Gambit, I appreciate the follow. I saw you followed me on YouTube. I do appreciate that, and I hope that, oh! Neo Gambit, I got your craft up as well. I appreciate you, Neo Gambit, for sending me those screenshots of the KSA Mighty Duck. I've updated Kerbal X. Let me toss a craft link in right here. You can always use the sun as a target. Can you target the sun? I've never actually tried to target the sun. If you want to go to my craft and download a lot of the craft I use, you can click on that link right there. I just put it in there. KerbalX.com, K-Space Academy craft. I was thanking Neo Gambit, who took some awesome screenshots of the KSA Mighty Duck, the space plane that we made. And I want to do a shout out to Neo Gambit right here. This is Neo Gambit, who took those awesome screenshots. If you see some of my other craft up there, they don't have screenshots, and you download those craft and you go and you take some awesome screenshots with the craft, send me a message on Twitch, put it on Imager or something like that. I'll put your name on Kerbal X, and I'll thank you here in my stream for making those screenshots for me. I never have any time to do it. Sometimes I forget. So if you want to download anything and send me screenshots, I'll use them on my Kerbal X pages. I'll pick the best ones and use them, and I will totally thank you. I will totally thank you for doing that stuff. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. How do you defrag your hard drive? I'm not exactly sure. I don't know what system you're on and that sort of stuff. There are tools that you can use it. There's things you can download that do it. You could also just go over to Windows and do it through the Windows defrag tool. But maybe some other people can help you out in the stream. If not, I'll try to come over to your stream at some point and help you with that sort of stuff. On with KSA. This is actually the Narwhal station now. Narwhal station. Wow, I can't spell station. Let's build another, more complicated station. Save it, not launch it. Let's just go to new, and let's build something more complicated. So, tell me in chat what I need on this station. You know what I always do? I always start with some sort of fuel storage core, right? I always start with a fuel storage core. In chat, tell me in chat, put DOS in there. Put DOS, use a whatever, so that it highlights in red and I can read it. But tell me what I need to put on this other, more complicated station. Let me know what I need. I'm going to start with the fuel core. You know that I always start with the fuel core. And I'm going to see if I can do something a little bit more different tonight. I'm not going to make it a big fueler station. I'm just going to make it a smaller station. Dude, Hectic, what's going on, man? Have you been playing any Necro Dancer Extreme or whatever that game is called? I never know the name of that game. I never know the name of the game. Let me start with a fuel core here, and I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do that. You need a giant solar array. I like that. We're building a more complicated space station, Boomerang. I'm trying to catch them as they come in. How about a handful of crew tanks capable of holding crew about 50? That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit of crew. Maybe we can do something like that. Maybe we have a good idea to do something there. Somebody earlier told me gravity, right? Artificial gravity, so maybe we'll go with that as well. A science lab. You need food. Just toss everything out there. Everything that could possibly be on a station. Just toss it out there. Let's see what we've got. Defrag. Very bad 559. I would rather you send it to him in a private message. If you could, send him to him on a Twitch message. That's not exactly KSP related, and there's a lot of wacky stuff out there with those sorts of links. So please, very bad 559. Please send it to Mrab in a private message. If you have a link for something like that, because that's not really Kerbal Space Program. Excruciated. Related. Let's see here. It needs Dr. Pepper. Of course. Let's go over here. I'm going to work on this fuel core, then I'm going to scroll through the chat and see what people think that I need to put on the station here. I'm going to put one of these like... No. Oh, that's my root node. That's why. I am going to put a computer core. I will put the bigger one because it's a freaking station, right? I don't even know where to click. There we go. Alrighty, there is that. And then I love these things. They look awesome. No, not like that. Not like that. Then we're going to do that. This will be our fuel and station keeping. Wow, looks like I missed some followers. You guys are following me too fast. Awesome epic me. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Kiwisception. Kiwisception. That has nothing to do. Nothing absolutely Kiwisception to do with kiwis inside of kiwis. Kiwisception mean that you went into somebody's head and you planted the idea of Kiwis. It has nothing to do with Kiwis inside of Kiwis. People, seriously. Dude, K-Jack passenger, passer in. K-Jack's passenger. Passer. K-Jack's passer in. K-Jack's passer in DK. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. EJSA! Dude, EJ, have you made your VLS? Have you made your runway probes yet? So that you can land IVA just looking at the gauges with no view out the cockpit? That is an awesome idea. You should totally do. What is going on here? Wait a second. EJ came in and a lot of other people came in. Did other people come in? Wait. There's EJ. EJ did come in. EJ did come in. What's up? EJ, do the thing with the probe cores and the landing blind, basically, except for looking at the probe cores. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Guys, if you don't follow EJ, give EJ a follow. Where is he at? Right there. EJ. Ooh. Now we're even. If you don't follow EJSA, he is like the king of space shuttles. He was making cargo bays on space shuttles before we had all these fancy dancy hinges and stuff like that in .25. EJ does a lot of really cool stuff, so I just give him a follow. It's good to go. Click on his name. Give him a follow as well. No! That doesn't make any sense! A Kiwi person from New Zealand eating a Kiwi. No! Noception. No. Am I getting raided? Is that what just happened? Hang on a second. Was that a raid? Somebody tell me. Am I missing it? Because I was reading station parts and all sorts of other stuff. Where does that even say? Can't talk about it. I don't even know what he can't talk about. Wait. Oh, there he is. He just said hi. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're good to go. Yeah, give EJ a follow. Thanks for dropping by, EJ. Heck, give Mater a follow. If you're a streamer, toss your name in strat. EJ's a follow. Oh, wait, here we go. Look at, wait. Give Hectic a follow, too. He plays, Mater, what is it? Macro Dancer Extreme, or whatever that game is, dude. I don't know. Play some FPL, too. I like watching that. Who did I miss on the follows? Good night, Irene. PvP Squirt J. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. EJSA, already got you. Adacleto, thank you. Optimerad, or OP Timerad, or whatever. Thank you for the follow. Cabo Guest, that's a refollow. Plural with an I. That is so clever. So clever. Thank you for the follow. Twitchy040, thank you for the follow. Yodovit, thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. Let us continue going on. With this, everybody, I appreciate all the follows. You guys are awesome. I have no clue what that even says. I can't respond to it, but it's fine with me if you say hi to each other in your native language. That's fine with me, really. As long as we've got people that speak the language here. Gotta run and do some things. Dude, take it easy, Mater. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the host. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for all of those things. I'm working on the fuel core. I've scrolled the chat so much now that I'm probably not even going to be able to see what I did. But what I was trying to do was grab these things and see if I just can't make this look super awesome. Or totally dumb, depending on your perspective. We're just going to do something different, and that is going to be the fuel core for the stage from Lego Freak. Your name is very familiar, but I do appreciate the follow there, or the refollow, as it may be. Let's go with that. External fuel ducts, I don't really need to do this. In fact, I probably don't need to do that. Let's just put it over like that, though. Ooh, dirty. In fact, maybe we don't actually need the external fuel ducts. This is actually a little dirty. This station, I'm going to make this, dude, Ghost Talk, Stone a lot. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm going to not be doing any case Space Academy stuff, and I'm just going to be thanking people for follows here. This space station, I am going to make a little bit less pretty looking. Sorry, a little bit more pretty looking and a little bit less functional. What does that mean, DOS? What does that mean? A little bit less pretty looking. Look, that's for slushing the fuel around. I'm putting these things on. This really gets on my nerves, right? When I have space stations, I want one freaking huge tank that has all the fuel in it, because that makes it really easy to transfer the fuel. When I have decorative 4X tanks like this, that makes it less easy to store the fuel, right? That's a problem, because we've got all these freaking tanks, and they kind of stick off the edge, blah, 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 blah. That's a problem. But it is a little bit more decorative that way. It's kind of got the Beetlejuice pant look going there. Let me also put an engine on here for station keeping. You know how I do my stations. We do our station keeping with a mainsail. Forget those little wacky engines from before. We're going to do it live with a mainsail. These guys are going to be annoying to transfer fuel in and out of, but it looks awesome, so I'm just going to leave them. And let me see What else we need on this space station? Let me see what else we need on the space station. Less features, more decorative. You're right. That is exactly what I'm doing. It's going to be a decorative space station. We already did a little simple one. We said that we needed. Dude, Scraggles, what's up? Let's see here. Let's see here. You have a POS mining station, Fadzilla. Dude, I appreciate the report. Hey, if it's pumping out gas, man, you should see the real oil rigs. They're not the prettiest things in the world when they've got a couple holes under their belt. And hating Taco Tuesday, yes, you are. Get out of my stream, Skyhook. Playing KSP on an abacus. How's it going, Hectic? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Science. Okay, we need some science. Be back in about a half an hour, so you can watch Undistracted. Good, 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 Scarlet River. We'll do a doc earlier. Or we'll do a doc then for you. What are we building? Boomerang, we're building a pretty space station. Das, we need a freaking huge solar array. Das, how about a handful of crew tanks capable of holding a crew of about 50? We'll put some crew tanks on there. I don't know if we'll go with 50, but we'll definitely go for it. Cabo Gas, crew storage, thank you. Yola K, I don't know how to pronounce that. Das Science Lab, okay, so Science Lab has gotten a couple votes. Comms. Fadzilla is just like, here, have everything, Das. RCS, fuel, docking ports, battery, hitchhiker. Sounds exciting. New to the stream here, dude. Rooster Wing. I do make YouTube videos. If you do an info in the stream, it'll actually show you my YouTube channel. You can go over there. Yes, there is a way to clear space debris. I'll go over that in a minute. You would like a crew area. Necro Dancer Extreme. Yes, that one. Das everything. It just needs Dr. Pepper. Ooh, okay. Cargo base. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. That is actually very interesting. Fuel. Merkerbals, an SSTO, and a tug. That's a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff. That is absolutely a lot of stuff. There's where EJ. A tennis court and a pool, 15th terrace. Seriously? Shoots on the space station? Dude, what? Put on one of everything in 6x symmetry. Ah, yes. That was definitely a follow train, dude. That was like a follow combo. Mr. Green Cat with a follow. Necroidria. Oh, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez. We're talking about building space stations. I think we're good. Running into... Okay, I've got everything from there. Let's see how I can put some... It's actually pretty interesting. How about a docking module? English, do you speak it? How about a docking module? Let's do it this way. Let us... Ooh, that'll be cool. All right. Let's go ahead and get some big old docking ports here. Where is a big old docking port? Here we go. And let's put it on top of that like that. I don't have any RCS storage. That gets on my nerves a little bit. Just a little bit. Where should I put RCS storage? Huh. I did want to make... I think I'm going to put my docking area here. We're going to do something a little bit differently tonight. But I think that we're going to put our docking area right here and see how this kind of works. Because that way we'll be able to dock against the major sort of mass area. So why don't we just put one of these here? No, that's not the right one at all, Das. Why don't we put one of those like that? Why don't we put one of these like that? That looks good. You know how I like to do it, right? And then we're going to put some of these on here. This will be our rotational control. I always have clicking issues, by the way. I saw that comment. I can never click in the right place. I'm always like on the wrong tab and all sorts of stuff. It's okay. I'm only human. That is sideways. That is good. That looks pretty good right there. Remember the trick? Have I showed you the trick before? Where I actually take one of these things and I put it on the top. Using incorrect symmetry, apparently. I put it on the top like that. And then I come over here and I get some struts. And I'm actually going to put these struts on in 3x symmetry. I'm going to start up here at this thing. I'm going to go to 3x symmetry. I'm going to put the struts on like this in 3x symmetry. See how I get 3 of them? The trick is I can then grab that part. I can come down here and I can rotate it like this. And I can put it there. And when I put it there, the 3x symmetry sticks. And that was a donation. Who was that? Oops, that's upside down. No, donation or... Okay, right side up. Who was that? Who was the donation there? What's going on? Dude! Taxos. Hey, here is $10. Very straightforward. A very, very straightforward donation, dude. Taxos, dude, I totally appreciate the support. That's the same that I would get if you subscribed to me on Twitch for 4 months. $2.50 a subscription. That's like a 4-month subscription. I really appreciate that level of dedication, man. That is totally awesome. Thank you so much for that support, Taxoz. In fact, everybody that donated, dude, $10 from Taxoz, Whiplash J, KP Wayne, Mater, and Casper. Everybody that supported the stream so far, I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate you guys. I can never say enough, but I do appreciate it. This is one part. We will take this part and get it into orbit. We'll dock some other stuff with it. 819. Yeah, let's send this to orbit. Let's send this thing to orbit. And let's say that we want to get it to orbit empty. So to get it to orbit empty, I'm actually going to get these fuel lines here, right? And I'm going to route my fuel from my slush. This is the back of the tank, right? You accelerate and the fuel goes to the back of the tank, basically. Like that. What's my delta V? Oh my gosh, this is almost a single stage to orbit. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. The gas goes through. Hey, that's a great, dude. AT pistols for Panza. Remember, guys, if you want to get my attention, put question or put DOS. If you have a question for me, put it in and say, DOS, I have a question. Or just say, hey, DOS, what's up? Commander, roll for it. That's an excellent thing that you just said there as well. Here's what we've got. We've got a couple things missing here. We've got emergency power, which we need. I don't have RCS on here. The fuel does, in fact, go through these. Here's how you find out. That was a really, really great question. From, where was it? Pandas. Pistols for Pandas. Here's what we've got. We have parts. And the parts will either say, well, they'll either not say it or they'll say no fuel crossfeed. For example, some of my aerodynamic parts here, such as this nose cone, you see how it says no fuel crossfeed? That means that fuel cannot flow through this part. Alright? So if the part says no fuel crossfeed, that means that fuel would not go from here to through the part out to the edge of the part, right? And there's a couple things like that. That's not one of them. What else has no fuel crossfeed? Very few parts actually say that these days. That nose cone doesn't do fuel crossfeed. There may be a couple things over here that say it. Actually, most of the parts look like they say fuel crossfeed. Now, maybe some of the structural parts say it. Ah, that right there. Apparently, this I-beam doesn't have fuel crossfeed. But, these guys that I'm using here, it actually has fuel crossfeed on there. So if I were to try and put, it doesn't say no fuel crossfeed. If I were to try and put an engine out here, instead of a docking port, if there was an engine, these guys without any sort of fuel lines would actually pipe fuel through them. They don't look like it, right? You would think that you would have to do something like this. And you'd have to put a fuel line on here, and you'd have to run a fuel line from there up to there. If I was going to put an engine over here, I don't need a fuel line for the docking port, right? But that's what you would think. It's not the case with Kerbal Space Program. Those will actually flow fuel through them. However, that has absolutely nothing to do with transferring fuel when you're docking. If you come up here and you dock with this station, it doesn't even matter if the part would flow fuel, crossfeed or not. You can move fuel around two parts that are docked together willy-nilly, regardless of what it looks like. You could totally do that. So, yes, the fuel would actually flow through there. Also, yes, I'll be able to transfer fuel. I'll be able to refuel craft out here on the edge using those fuel lines like that. And if you wanted to spice it up a little bit, you could actually put a fuel line that looks like that, right? From a decorative purpose. In fact, let's do it, because this is like Decoration Station. It's KSA Decoration Station, basically. So that right there looks good. I think the last thing that I will do on mine before I go and add, before I launch this, is put some of my little deco lights on here. You know how I do it. I put those on in 4x symmetry. I put them on in 4x symmetry on the other side. When it's nighttime, you've actually got, if you don't have lighting down here, you've actually got those lights to guide you home for the docking port. I love doing that. They're not exactly straight, but what can you do? That is good. That is good. Power generation. We've got power on there now. We don't have any power generation. And Old Fart was absolutely right. We need some form of power generation on this thing just for emergency backup. In fact, we can put our entire reactor core on here, and we'll just put it down to the bottom of the station like that. We'll call it a day. That will be our reactor generation. Does fuel transferring... Okay, there was another great question. Another great question. Das, with your Vanity 4-piece tank setup, does transferring fuel become easier if you have some sort of fuel line setup? No. You can transfer it just how it goes. You can totally transfer it just how it goes. So we don't have to worry about fuel lines or anything like that when we're transferring fuel. Now, if I was flying this thing and I needed to suck fuel from them easily in real time, which is what I'm going to do here, if I needed to do that, I would want the fuel lines on in 4x symmetry so that they sucked. Wow, there was another donation. Who was that? Spaceman Spiff, dude. Love what you do. Keep it up. The noise is insanely loud in my headphones. I'm like, that was a donation. Break my eardrums all you want. I'll use the donation money for getting an ear doctor. Dude, Space and Swift, that's like 2 months worth of subscription. And I'm keeping track of these. If you scroll down my channel, you actually see Fader, awesome stream. You guys are nuts. You guys are absolutely nuts. Spaceman, Spiff, and Thader. That was like, did y'all like have some time on target? Did you plan the 2 donations at the same time? I appreciate you guys supporting it. And I do keep track of it. If you scroll down, I've got thanks to the people, and there's actually tiers. And I add it up over time, and you work your way up the tiers, basically. It's not a, what have you done for me lately sort of thing. It all adds up in the end. So I really do appreciate the support, guys. I'm going to update the list down there about once a week, so at the end of this week, I'll go through and I'll add all those numbers up. But I really, really, really do appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely awesome. Let us continue on here. I need to launch this thing. I think it will actually go to space on its own. It doesn't need anything else to go to space. Let's see if that's true. On the bounce and by the numbers, 5297 on the Delta V. If that says 4,000, I should be good to go. Thrust to weight 1.15. I'm a little bit worried about that. I don't like that lower thrust to weight. You know what we could do? We could totally do this. We could do that. We could take that off. We could take that, and we could totally do this engine instead. 4607, 1.92 on the pad, though. That would definitely go to space. I don't know what I think about that. What is going on? There's so many follows happening. What is going on here? How am I getting so many follows? Where are these follows coming from? I'm nuts. Do you want me to use the big engine like that, or do you want me to use the vanity mainsail, right? The mainsail with that thing. What do you say? Big engine or mainsail? Tell me what you want on the station. What is going on with the follower hype here? This is ridiculous. Hang on a second. Jesus freak, 50-50. What is that? Like half the time you're a Jesus freak, or maybe you're 50% Jesus and 50% freak. Plenty GTA, that's a cool name. Plenty GTA. Top Gun 112889. I don't even know what the number is. Derpy Whoop. Derpty Whoop. Derpty Whoop, dude. Gangster Sheep underscore. You got a room for like Gangster Sheeps. If you want an S, you can put an S in the underscore. And Sneaker 12. All of you, thank you for enrolling at Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez. I'm talking about space stations. This is the core. This is the fuel and propulsion core for a space station. That's what we're working on. Let's see what we've got. EJ, mainsailiness. Das, mainsail. Go big or go home. Go mainsail retro. Out how awesome the Academy is. Do you think you need a bigger campus? Neo Gambit, dude, you're not even kidding. It is a follow train. It is an absolute follow train. I'm hosted by KSP TV, you're right. Space stations do not. They do! Other end. Other end, right? Other end. No bots, of course. I don't even know. Big engine for the win. I think the mainsail hype. I think the mainsail hype won out there. I think the mainsail hype won out. So let's see here. I think we're just going to leave the mainsail on there. It's got that orange, right? It coordinates. Kerbal Fashion Academy. The orange on there coordinates with the orange on the tank. As opposed to this engine, which has no orange on it, it doesn't look like. I love the coordination there. In fact, maybe we light the entire freaking station with orange lights. I don't even know. That looks good. I think the last thing we want from Kerbal Fashion Academy here is some decorative lighting. Some deco lighting. Let's put that on like that. Let's go ahead and rotate it down. And I think that lighting is going to look really cool. I think that lighting is going to look really cool. Lights on. That is what I was looking for. Right there on those RTGs. Did I get them all? Yeah, that's okay. Can I make it a different color? Purple, negatory. This color, blue. That's actually kind of a cool blue. What if we take that away? Yellow, whatever. Let's just leave it white lights. For now. Let's just leave it white lights. Advance. I'm going to go with the mainsail. I'm going with the mainsail. I'm going with the mainsail. Who needs coordination when you have raw power? I think the mainsail won that vote, though. I do think the mainsail won. Now we've got some fueling standoffs. They look freaking fantastic. Maybe that's not exactly what I want. Kerbal Fashion Academy. Yeah, that's actually not good looking either. What is this going on? Steel Mage, dude, another 4 months. I want my name in lights. This will bring me to 20 and get a new headset. Steel Mage. Oh, I saw your question. The headset fund. The headset fund is coming along. But the problem is, if I put... Do I have the other headset? I have like an older headset here. The problem is, if I put any other headset on... You can totally hear me if I don't have my headset on. I just wasn't talking. I don't look right with any other headset on. I look ridiculous without a headset on. I don't know. Okay, I think I've got a monitor picked out, though. I do think I have a monitor picked out. But I do appreciate all the support, guys. I absolutely appreciate the supports. It's like, we're doing so well, it's like you don't even need to be partnered with Twitch. You guys are so supportive of me, and I totally appreciate it. That actually, it looks kind of cool. They're a little protected from crafts ramming into them. So, I appreciate the support. Let's take this puppy out to the launch pad. We've got power generation, check. We've got decorative lighting, check. We've got decorative batteries, check. We've got our SAS, check. We've got a mainsail hype. It coordinates with the color there. We've got we've got decorative 4X vanity tanks. We've got a huge freaking probe core. Let's take this part to space. I'm talking too much. KSA station. I'm just gonna go with bacon. Bacon station. Fuel core. Put the right flag on it. Let's see if it SSSSTO. 3, 2, 1 launch. It is. It really is. This is an X31. This thing is like 7 years old, too. By the way, I found this. Yeah, X31, Air Force, Turtle Beach Air Force X31. And this was the model that was for the Xbox. That's why I have... Now you can hear what I'm saying. Because that was supposed to plug into the Xbox. It's actually wireless. The mic quality is really good. It's very comfortable. It's not falling apart yet. Launch clamps. We don't even need your... we don't need your stinking launch clamps. Panel lock. Throttle up, SAS engage, 3, 2, 1, space! Look at that. We're wasting delta V right now. Why are we wasting delta V? My thrust to weight is too low. And because I've got that 1.17 thrust to weight, it's going to slowly go up as I get rid of fuel, right? And please tell me we're pulling fuel out of the outside tanks. We are. The thrust to weight is slowly going to go up. But right now, gravity is getting too much of a chance to pull us back towards the planet. Every second we're not in orbit, we're spinning Kerbin's gravity in delta V. That's a problem. That's why we go with 1.7 on the pad. Because I want to get out of that gravity well. Or I want to get in orbit around the gravity well, really, right? I want to get out of Kerbin and into orbit as fast as I can while obeying the speed limits. So, I don't want to go so fast that the drag is slowing me down too much. Because remember, drag increases at the square of the velocity that you're going. So you go twice as fast, you've got 4 times the drag, right? But I don't want to go so slow that I am actually giving gravity too much time to sit there and pull me back towards the surface. Did I never fix those things? No! Fashion! We'll be okay. I guess I'll just deal with it. Whatever. That looks terrible. It looks terrible. But, what are my checkpoints? My speed limit checkpoints? Do I have it up here? My first checkpoint is 5,000 meters and going about 160, 170 meters per second. Let's see, do I have it in here in the image viewer? Show height image list. Atmos speed limits. Show height image. There we go. This is the more drawn out one, or the less detailed one. But at 1,000 feet, I need to be going 144. I don't think I was doing that. No, 110. I'm definitely not going to be going 170 at 5,000. What's the next one? 10,000, I need to be going 267. 267. Let's see if I'm going 267 at 10,000 feet. Let's see what we've got here. That's the terminal velocity chart, by the way. So at 10,000 feet, I need to be going 260-ish, right? And at 10,000 feet, I'm actually going 205. We're wasting our time getting out of orbit. Wow, that thing turns like a dime. At 10,000 feet, I'm going to do my gravity turn. I'm going to lean over to about 45 degrees. You really can do this a lot more gradual, right? But for Kerbal Space Academy, to keep it simple in the more basic sort of classes that I do, I just say lean over to 45 like this, you'll be fine. I think that we're going to be okay with getting this thing into orbit. So now I just burn at this 45-degree angle right here. Still, my thrust to weight's a little bit low. But I keep going at a 45-degree angle like this until I have an apoapse of 50. Yoda Bit, dude, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out, Yoda. I appreciate you coming by. Did I just say feet again? Dang it. I try not to do that. Born and raised in America, though. Like, I say feet all the time. Guys, thank you for catching me. Thank you for catching me. It is in meters. It is in meters. Sometimes I slip up and I just say feet as the generic distance unit of measure. What you want to do... I feel terrible. When this gets up to 50,000 meters, click there, go orbital mode, and turn and burn. Point right at the bottom of that. And now we're just basically putting as much energy into our orbit that we can. We don't need to go up a lot more. We need to get up out of that thick atmosphere and start missing the planet by going like this. And I'm just keeping pulling myself down. We're going to burn this until it gets up to 90. Because that's where I am right now. So there's 90. Let's circularize it the correct way this time. Wow, I still have 2,000 meters per second of delta V. That's not too shabby. Let's go ahead and put a node right there. Add maneuver. Get rid of that. Pull this prograde. There was a flip. That means it was too much. Bring it on back now. There we go. You see how it's getting away? You see how it's up there in front of it? I want that tan tag inside of this. And what you need to do whenever it's up there, you can actually click and hold down. That was too much. You can click and hold down and it'll actually suck it back. You see how that's working? Every time you click a little bit and hold down a little bit, it sucks it back a little bit. Once you get it back into there, you can burn prograde some more until you get the flip to occur. There was a flip. That's 91 by 90. Bring it on back now. That was another flip. 89. Close enough. 90 by 90. I'll take it. There was another freaking donation. Who was that, dude? Neo Gambit. Send a third stage guild navigator to Kerbal to demand details from the Emperor.